자, 마우즈 대 팔컨스의 8강전입니다. 4강으로 갈 마지막 한 팀을 가리게 됐고요. 여기서 이기는 팀은 오로라, 산타레즈에 있는 팀을 만나러 갑니다. 팔컨스가 북한 고대에서 피스톨 라운드 첫 번째. 자, 가는데 조션의 듀얼 베레타 트레이드 되고요. 물론 헤드샷 하나 쳤습니다. 그래도 설치는 되고요. 4대3에서 킥산이 일단은 해외 배팅 사이트 정배는 누가 받았느냐? 팔콘스가 정배로 나와 있습니다. 오늘 시도 트레이드 되면서 니코 혼자 남습니다. 니코 1v2 보여줄 수 있나요? 패치 다 됐는데 아 킷이 있어가지고 마우즈가 피스톨을 가져갑니다.
Very wide stick there for Jimmy, just getting it done. Nico saw the tether, he could see that defuse happening but couldn't find the angle. Of course, he's just keeping the pressure on. Good round from Jimpat, expecting things today because he had a great game against VP. This has been the player that's been struggling the most for Mouz, especially in these stages, right? Came out to his foul, seen the bang, looked incredible in his first couple of events, but as of late has been struggling.
이제 플랜트가 됐기 때문에 니코와 큐스케는 갈릴. 와, 모네시가 AK야? 아, 2킬 했으니까. 네. 더블킬 해서 돈이 있으니까 AK 들고.
He had a great game against VP. So I want to see if that continues into this quarterfinal.
그래서 테러가 포스바이 돼가지고 총 화력 굉장히 좋습니다. 그리고 엘보로 먼저 나오고 있고요.
Haven't even really touched on Kiyosuke yet either, right? Obviously, he was the one very exciting thing about that Cologne finish. He finished that event second highest rated player. That's in spite of them falling out far short of expectations. It was a great debut tournament from him individually.
Yeah, not many maps played, but when he was playing, he really just rose through the ranks.
일찍 집에
Had a
가긴
phenomenal
했는데.
game against Fury despite the loss.
자, 진펫이 포를
Was
따고
really the only guy holding Falcons up to a degree. A couple of moments from Monacy, but Nico really struggled at that event. So Kiyosuke, high expectations delivered, but now it's about consistency, keeping it going again and again and again, event to event. And this is
이러면 A메인이랑 레드로 나눠서 들어오는데 스핑스가 하나 잡고 여기도 트레이드. GT 수비는 지금 다 도넛에 들어가 있습니다.
Now armed as well after picking up that AK. The plant found, CT plant at that with red room taken by the Falcons earlier on.
3대3 리테이크 상황.
How's it going to try lend some time to Brolin on this flank?
부스트 시켜주고.
It's got to be a kick down, but where is it? It's either Temple or CT. They've got to go find it right now.
오, 공짜킬!
Looking the wrong way and a dink followed up.
데미지가 지금 테러 2명 스치면 죽어요.
On Tess says, Mouz have got to get moving. They've got to get moving right now. That kit's still not retrieved. It must be in Temple. 2v2 tap. Nico.
아, 니코가 킬 찬스를 놓쳤고 SS 박스에 있는데 킥이 없기 때문에 시간은 이미 갔어요.
To win this round, I think the clock's decided it. Tess refuses to give this round away. And Mouz must say.
야, 마우즈는 팀 에이스인데 팔콘스는 테세스 선수의 3킬로 포스바이 라운드 승리. 바로 1대1 균형을 맞춰줍니다.
Pieces of the Falcons lineup, but looking for good, reliable output. And I mean, you've heard from guys like Pimp. He calls him, maybe even the best Danish player. This is, of course, in an era where Denmark slipped down those rankings individually.
We've been saying that about Tesses for a while, right? Before this latest blockbuster Kiyosuke move, even when Falcons were struggling.
관중들이 열심히 하긴 하고 또 사운드 세팅 잘 해놓은 것 같아요. 관중석에 마이크 딱 잘 갖다 댄 것 같아요.
In this lineup, the firepower available.
되게 한 몇백 명 있는 것처럼. 니코 엔트리.
One-two punch. Nico and Kiyosuke up through ramp. Nico run out, but there's the trade. To find it as the rest of the gang just explode through that ramp smoke. Tess has even taken real estate away out here on long. Is going to get overran. Kickstand, backstab. It's a little ugly. But able to make amends.
사이트 잘 확보하는
팔콘. On this round.
Sigh of relief for Falcons more than anything. That was a hard round to lose.
자, 방금 킥산이 점프로 톨지 선수 마지막 선수 위치도 땄고
to save for Torsian. No real reason to hunt
Torsian의
this
Inferno
kill from
세이브하고.
Honesty. He's going to have a look. But a safe exit for Falcons. Saves 3 guns. And starts to build up this T side on Ancient against G2. We saw 7 rounds for Falcons. Found the first 3. Lost 3.
예.
Trading out rounds for a 7-5 half. They're on for a similar path right now. Winning out the
오래
is the last thing to do. A lot of entry power
열심히
on
하시잖아.
this T side for Falcons.
옥텐이요, 옥텐.
So this feels like a very strong map for them.
한 절반 정도는 밈으로 생각하세요. 예, 너무 이렇게 매몰되지 마시고 이제 유럽 사람들이 이제 그런 조롱이죠. 아까 팔콘스가 팬이 어디 있겠느냐는 그런 조롱에서 시작된 거라서. 아니, 진짜 좋아하는 사람들이 온 걸 수도 있으니까. 예.
Try and strengthen the playbook a little bit here. Get everyone on side.
Also the choice to skip a couple of events as well.
자, 마우즈
Probably
이코 라운드인데
necessary time.
B에 5명 다 수비 박아놨어요. 와, 이코 프래깅.
Certainly pistols, sure, but a
불길
nice
달달하게.
confidence boosting round here. As he manhandles the cave, it's a clean finish from the
수지.
Falcons. Gonna make some money at the tail end of
와,
this
니코
round.
4킬 수지 미쳤다. 너무 달다.
We get to see our first look at that Mouz buy.
니코 짝짝.
Been a struggling map for Mouz. Ancient has. Despite a huge streak earlier in the year. Last 6 outings, 5
아주
losses.
난리가 났네요.
Only a win over Bait online. And that's despite, 3 close games against Spirit. So you feel like Mouz at least have the experience, they have the tape.
약간 팔콘스 현지 좀
Even if they don't have the victory in their
뭐랄까
pocket.
오리지널 응원이라고 해야 되나? 유럽 쪽 대회에서는 이런 처음 들어봐요. 그러니까 이런 구호나 리듬이
It's going to be hard to make plays.
완전
Get aggressive on the CT
사우디
side. They've got to read right and put their pieces in the right place.
홈이라 그러니까
Right now, hedging their
좀
bets on the B
다르네.
side. Jimmy blocking donut.
약간 돈 주고 만든 것 같다고 생각하면 안 되겠죠. 예.
He's got
처음
one on
들어보는
his
구호인데
plate.
어색해 그래서. 그리고 팔콘스 팬들이 EWC를 위해서 열심히 연습했을 수도 있으니까. 예.
Exertion and Jimmy walking
우리만의
up, going to
응원.
try and assemble this boost. The timing for it, Jimmy.
G패 부스트 좋았습니다.
Swinging out to
멀티킬.
lend a helping hand.
메인에서 밤드랍까지.
Falcons wanted this A hit, low and slow, but they play right into the hands of Mouz.
즐기죠. 예, 그냥 응원 즐기면서 보도록 하겠습니다. 또 부정적인 그런 건 안 되니까.
Take the bomb if you want. There is no sight open in this 1v4.
재밌게 봅시다.
So Kixon might just be combat saving. Huge shutdown
저는
for
방금
Exertion and Jimmy.
A
Great
메인을
move to
돌파하려다가
make in the mid round. The whole map is
마우즈가
quiet.
되게
They've
수비
got
포지션을
smokes
잘
to block.
잡았죠. 짐패 부스트
Middle seems
시켜주고 이제
empty,
둘이서
and Mouz just throw a boost up in.
갈겨버리면서
Shadow advantage. Jimmy keeps it going for 2 kills and a dink on the third. That's the output we need from Jimmy today. And
이
those
두
anchor
팀이 이제
positions.
올해 8번째 만남입니다. 거의 진짜 서로 알 만큼 알 거예요.
High impact round gives Mouz a bye.
Yeah, that's good, perfect.
자, 팔콘스 타임아웃을 봅니다.
Mouz content with that first round. It's a clean shutdown. Chance to start building up some of their own
관중석에 여자 한 명 아까부터
embarking on
좀
their own streak
시끄러운데
here if they can find success.
마이크 좀
Gets
빼줘.
another Falcons full buy. Little timeout ahead of this round. Wanna having a chance to weigh in. He knows the importance of it. They don't want Mouz to suddenly come back into this game. You got that win in the force buy, the conversions on the back of it. Falcons feeling like they're off to a great start, but you know how quickly these
아니 뭐 떠드는 소리까지 잡혀. 아니 그러니까 관중이 많아 보이고 응원 열심히 하는 것처럼 보이고 싶어서 마이크를 이렇게 관중석에 갖다 대는 건 좋은데 너무 잡소리가 들죠. 초반 레인 컨트롤 킥산이 오프닝 데스를 당했고요. 플래시 까면서 엘보 미드 컨트롤 시도하는데 헤븐 쪽에서 브롤런 원탭성 킬이 나지 않았지만 크로스케 선수 체력이 많이 깎였습니다.
Not allowing anyone to trade back, even backing out on the B-bomb site. This does lose them info and may even force a rotation.
크로스케 빵킬이네. 헤이 200만 달러의 사나이 뭐해? 오 체력 4. 니코가 1.2밀리언, 모네시가 2밀리언에서 2.5밀리언이라는 얘기가 있고요. 크로스케가 2밀리언. 이거 돈지랄 스쿼드입니다. 그래서
There's going to be a lot of responsibility here.
월급도 뭐 한 달에 1억씩 받겠지.
He's responsible for watching this red room. Might look to trade out positions with Torshi eventually, but now he takes his eyes off the prize. That's to get the smoke in over towards main.
시티 쪽으로. 절시한 포지션 좋았는데 모네시가 잘 잡았네요.
A multi-kill from him because now Jimmy's left all alone.
예, 지미 혼자.
On this split, Jimmy tries to make a move now at the top.
자, 니코가 트레이드하고 혼자 1대4를 시작합니다. 근데 설치가 안 돼가지고 시간이 없네요. 3대3.
Falcons just barely get out with one gun saved.
Yeah, clock really running dry for Falcons. Mouz decide to give up everything, right? They fall back from B lane, they fall back from middle. They buy just enough time. Falcons fake that plan because they know Jimmy can swing him at a moment's notice. The Tesses and Monacy both low, or Kiyosuke rather. No one can flush out Jimpat. That's 2 high impact rounds for the young Finn.
I think the thing for Falcons is you don't want to kind of catch this feeling at the start of this season post the Kiyosuke signing that you've regressed. If you remember, there was a time period where we were getting hyped up Falcons with Magic in the lineup. They might be one of the teams to challenge Vitality for that top spot. Thinking back to Melbourne there as a successful outing for this squad.
An event where they beat Mouz in the playoffs and they dominated them as well.
Number of good event finishes, and then you kind of bring in, I would say, the most anticipated player, even out ahead of someone like Donk, just because Kiyosuke kind of got the hype from how successful the Donk move was.
Yeah, people didn't want to miss the boat on this transfer day. It's hard to compare, though. I mean, the mechanics are certainly there for Kiyosuke, but I think the thing that was still the most astounding thing about Donk is that he's just completely unbothered by any stage, any factors, stage, online, groups, doesn't matter. Doing it in the grand finals like it's just a normal day. Kiyosuke still has to prove to the pressure. In this round, succeeding.
다 죽이면 에이스 클러치.
5 essentially, the pressure put on. Oh, this cave play gives him room. The reload comes in. He wants the kill. Third frag for Kiyosuke. The ult stops him at the door. A nice try to get some value out of that round with a 1AK, but it's still now building into
this 어제도 있었는데. 타일로 집 갔죠.
You just breathe a sigh of relief there if you're Torshi. You know, the ball was very much rolling on this round. That's Kiyosuke with hot hands, 3 kills deep on his way to a clutch.
Love how he jumps that kill as well, realizing Spinks has wasted his mag. He doesn't take the free chance to plant, he just goes for the kill on the pistol.
자, 라운드 스코어 4대3.
Oh, and there he is, cracking open mid again, but it's Jimpat in a different position. Same results. 3 kills from young Jimmy. They finally put him down, but Brolin's cave position noted.
야, 라운드 시작하자마자
is
1분 30초인데
for Mouz.
6명의 선수가
gives us this tournament. It's a
빡
hell of a reason to
붙어가지고
get excited for
트레이드
Mouz.
싸움.
It's his departure. You know, as you said, when he first kind of moved into this squad, the thing that
모네
was so
씨가 혼자
exciting about him
남았습니다.
is
폭탄을
he was
들고
putting up
있어요.
star player numbers, not in star player positions or roles. And for a while now, you've seen him quieten down.
Oh my god, that worked.
Okay.
She really tried to force it in the molly after
체력이
tagging
나갔어요.
It's led to his death. You would like to count him out with 17 points of health, but this is Monacy we're talking about.
체력 17로 1대3 클러치 보여주나?
Issue is, first player to fight. It's the last you expect on this flank.
The fact this round's kind of gone by so quickly and there's so much time left is why it's kind of
시간이
tricky for
40초라서,
Mouz here, right? If the clock's low, you know he is to commit to A.
천천히
Once he
하네요.
slows down and goes completely quiet here, that kind of gives Mouz a bit of doubt. They send Spinks over towards that B site. He holds on there long enough, decides eventually he hasn't heard anything, and so that's kind of the giveaway that Monacy's still floating around inside of A. Roland makes his move now.
브롤란이
Expect to see more of this, him
잡아줍니다.
on these flanks in through main. So Brolin is the safety net
오,
on that
나비펜
round.
있긴
Plays it
하네.
perfectly as well because so long the Monacy's looking for a player. After 20 seconds of silence, you don't think you're just going to get random timing. And Brolin walks in on that flank he could have done half a minute earlier. Jimmy said he's not in star player positions, put up on Heaven, sends him to hell. 3 kills with a beautiful spray. Torshi may have died for that tag, but it makes the finishing blow
아이,
that
진짜.
much easier for Mouz. 4 rounds in a row. Oh my god.
계열받네 진짜. 킹받네.
Pistols here for Falcons, popping through the cave.
자, 탭구러시 뛰나요? 와, 화면 왜 이래 이거.
Explode in through ramp. No cover here on the
톨지가
ramp.
더블 쏘자
K2K.
화면이 반으로
Picked
갈라졌다.
up. Tech9 for Kicksan takes it even further, and we end up in a 3-on-3. That's in spite of a nice hold to open
오,
up.
이코 스틸 하나?
Losing
보여주나?
track of Kiyosuke in the chaos might prove to be your undoing. It's an exertion flank this time with Spinks mopped up. Exertion has to try and do the heavy lifting.
자, 근데 진패
Left to Jimmy.
오, 옆에서 크로스켓 튀어나오면서 탭구
As
이코 스틸
Kiyosuke
성공하는
and Kicksan rise to the
팔콘스.
occasion on that low buy round for the Falcons.
Yeah, it all comes down to Kiyosuke taking that space, jumping through the smoke. Torshi's story got past him, but he tried to pluck a player from the back with
AI
the
짤도
rescope.
뽑았네.
Gets shot in the back of the head, hands over an orb, and space gets taken by the Falcons. That seems like some miss coming maybe for Mouz. The smoke comes down on long. No one has cover for Torshi.
되게 팽팽하네요, 둘이. 예, 역시 기대했던 경기.
Yeah, that whole round is just sort of losing track of yourself for Mouz, losing track of your opponents.
이렇게 엘보
What it's done
스모크
for the
열고
money, right? Some clutch rounds, some close ones.
시작하자마자 월뱅으로
Falcons winning an
죽였네
eco.
이거.
Mouz now have their final purchase. They do 5v4 with the
Peace.
Kicksan though. It's going to make life easier.
He likes these spam battles, but
자,
they're not
니코
liking it back in
모네시
this round.
램프
Monacy,
푸시
they're walking
나와요.
on you down the ramp, and that weapon
둘
switch.
다
The
죽나요?
worst time, the quick switch cost him his life. And Nico's
커플
not able
사이좋게
to remedy it.
손잡고
This was Mouz with broken
푸시에
money, but
당했습니다.
now they're sat real pretty in a 4v2.
And this is what
이래서 해야
Rex
돼요.
does, right? This is recent experience for Mouz. They're playing very well off each other. The synergy is there. Falcons haven't been playing the officials. Mouz are just crunching lane, pushing through smokes, walking down ramp, and catching Falcons on seemingly random
아,
timings,
이래서
but they're working
버플이
so well.
무서워.
1-2 punch here.
칼수압을-
Mouz get an advantage, and again they pull back. They give Falcons all the room.
이 비싼 스킨이라 봐야 된다고 이거.
Both sides
2천만
being
원짜리라고.
considered. Warp on the line.
쇼스캔은 루비네요.
Susceptible
버플
with
루비.
this setup from Mouz, but they can play retake, right? Just can't lose anyone for free.
일단 슛.
And you're glad you get the early warning system there. The
Bang!
shots raining
Torji
in.
맞추고.
Torshi allowed to reposition. You
Woo!
get gun on in time.
Torshi.
And he will deliver. Orb hits hard. And so no 2v4 today. Mouz in with a great chance of winning out this half now as they start to take control in the late game.
아, 여기서 수하고.
They've got one more bite to break through.
아다리.
Oh, Torshi's on it. Six
나이스.
shots. Falcons again piecing together what they can. Galil's right.
이거 봐, 나비 유니폼 입으신 분들은
their best bets.
보시잖아.
Up and in again with just this blistering pace. Spinks was caught out last time, in danger of it happening once more as he sandwiched
오, 아까부터 팔콘스 삐로시 잘 뛰긴 하네요.
He wants to round it out with a 4.
모네시가 3킬.
Thought she won't let him have that.
Just save.
But the round is already banked up for
돈이
the
없다.
Falcons.
돌지 딱 살려야겠네요.
All the minutiae in these complicated plays where they're taking the pace out of it, that they've struggled. These faster direct rounds up the B ramp I feel a little too simple, but you can't argue with the results here.
Absolutely. I don't even think it's just even coming down to complications. Sure, there's been some slower rounds for Falcons and the one where they lost the time after walking through the red smoke, but I think it's just been the fact that when they sit back in default, Mouz have been finding the moves, Mouz have been making the plays. Falcons would rather go down on their terms. So quicker approach again, grouped pack counter-strike. Monacy
6대5 계속된 팽팽한 전반전, 이제 한 점 차이고 전반전 마지막 라운드로 갑니다.
On this T side. Good opportunity to make that better.
마우스 타임아웃 썼나요?
2 M4s and an AWP here for Mouz in the final round of their defense. This spray.
키보드 잘못 눌렀나?
Both teams really doing more with less. And I think one of the things that's a little nerve-wracking here heading into the final round of the half.
마우즈 뭐 조금 아쉽긴 한데 잘 찼어요. 그래도 하마스
MP9. So you have to take that into account. Really, you're going to dump a lot of this utility from the rip. And so
갑시다. 12번째 전반의 마지막 라운드로.
Here, knowing the limitations for Mouz.
엘보 스모크 속에서 부스트하는 퓨스케.
Hoping they can catch someone scaling up heaven. Thinking that that's maybe a response from Mouz.
시티가 딱히 초반에 적극적인 푸시는 하지 않았고요. 테러가 야금야금 땅을 먹습니다.
Maximizing value from this limited util that you mentioned. They've got a kid on Torshi.
케이브, 미드 엘보 나오고 있고요. 팔콘스. 빵! 토시가 쏘았습니다. 오프닝 킬의 성공. 5대4 어드밴티지. 롤란 불타요.
Just finds a cubby on top of the box and that nade falls short. Could have made all the difference. Torshi here to back him up. But ever wary of the ramp contact that Falcons
와, 톨지.
long. Nico peeked into by the AWP. Falcons top performer
지금 현재 3대 5퍼
final round.
자톨시?
Tessa's going to try and catch the timing here through the red room, and if he goes right now, he will find it. Instead, it's a block on the other side. Oh, Tessa's just lobbed one in as well. Roland picked up in the meantime over towards B. How's Tessa supposed to link back up with him though, with Exertion covering this cross? He just tries to fade through the smoke.
자, 모네시 피킹하면서 사이트 수비 하나 잡고 3대3. 뒤에 플랭킹 온 거를
He's dealt with Tessez on the backstab. That opens up the retake here for Mouz.
3대1 리테이크.
Very claustrophobic for Falcons.
이런 미스.
Trapped in at the site. There's some pressure alleviated by Kiksan.
연막 속에 둘.
Slows down, grouping on short.
빠른 헤드샷. 모네시.
But taps as he tries to close this. Two top performers for either side clashing in this.
와우, 모네시. 클러치 해내면서 6대6 반반으로 전반 끝났나요?
Still in with a chance on their pick of Ancient.
엄대엄인데 흥미진진한데 아주 재밌어요. 갑니다. 피스톨 라운드. G대 매 대결. 마우스 일단은 B 도 쪽으로. 오, 근데 팔콘스 이게 무슨 도박 플레이죠? 오, A의 수비 다 박아. 감사합니다. B 공짜.
Alarm bells ringing as that deep smoke comes down and Mouz. As soon as they plant, odds
아씨
Cave control with a long plant.
도박 실패. 이거 지금 롱이냐 숏이냐 이제 딱 하고 있었는데 이제 포지션 청산 당했죠. 지금 반반 틀려가지고 리테이크 하면 돼. 리테이크도 좋던 것 같아요. 와 스핑스 에이스 아깝다.
Does the heavy lifting in that pistol.
It's just such a comfortable chokehold there. That position very hard to get through. And Glocks for USPs. No util will save you there. Idea was nice, but Mouz had so
사이트
much
무료로
space.
드리겠어요. 그러니까 가위바위보죠. 예, 결국.
Spinks with a big 4K.
뭐 팔콘스가 마우즈 고대 데모 보면서 얘네 통계적으로 AOR 확률이 더 높다 뭐 이렇게 분석한 다음에 했을 수도 있고. 오 이번엔 도넛 스택. 짜자잔. 인간 테트리스.
Sweet treat in the center, waiting for Mouz.
과연 이 서커스 누가 당해줄지. 한 놈만 걸려라. 이제 수류탄 맞으면 진짜 감자 맛있게 들어가게 할 텐데.
Spinks getting inquisitive, but don't expect him to play first in this round. Just going to be a one-man execute here for Brolin, 2 smokes. And with Donut cut off.
자, A 익스큐션, 보너 스모크, CT 스모크.
Onto the round here for Mouz.
미드로 나갔던 팔콘스 USP 들고. 뭐 플래시뱅도 없어요. 뛰어나오나? 오우 시원해.
That's during the plant. I mean, Torsi gets off it, sure, but still crazy. Not a single kill comes through. Mouz with their eyes on the prize. The jammy play for Falcons.
Jimmy playing really well. That is such an X factor for Mouz here, something that hasn't necessarily been there for them throughout this year. With him showing us shades of the old Jimmy, the one that used to get you real excited for his future in this Mouz squad. And everyone else playing up to the level. It's added an extra layer of difficulty to this for the Falcons.
패스스 케이브 홀드 좋아요. 더블킬 까비. 스핑스의 트레이드.
And that's an uncomfortable fight for him, so he does well to find the 4v4.
A little delayed on that reswing. I didn't think it was going to come through, but Spinks risks it all. That can be a 5v3 with Mouz having no control. So a high impact refrag coming there.
네, 스핑스가 딸피로 그래도 트레이드 쳐줘서 아니었으면은 거의 뭐 3대5 될 뻔했는데. 그렇게 다시 안티 플래시 트레이드. 잠시만 연막 혼자 파다가 니코가 냄새를 맡았네.
Jimmy's thrust into another clutch. He's been on the ball so far.
Jimmy 짝짝짝.
Nico creeping up at long. That's kind of the contentious point that Jimmy might not be ready for. Kixana's fully embarked on this wrap round, trying to take cave space away.
아니 모네싱을 연막샷으로 뭐 해보기도 전에 잡아버렸네요.
Whatever it takes, they'll take it. This is Mouz's bonus gone.
와 히잡 쓴 분들도 있네.
So 4x comes in strong here for
사우드입니까?
Falcons. A little bit of risk, a little bit of randomness thrown in by Mouz. It was what was getting them many CT side advantages.
테러리스트 저희 요원 스킨 중에 저런 코스프레는 없습니다. 없긴 해요. 코스프레는 아니에요. 가끔 요원 코스프레 하고 오시긴 하는데 저런 스킨은 없어요. 농담입니다.
Play out in towards middle here for
자,
Mouz.
두팀 바이라운드인데 AWP는 없어요. 스나이퍼 라이플 없는 상태에서 라이플만 들고 가는데
So Mouz might look to do something
올뱅
with it.
오 테러
Great damage
체력들이
for Tessa.
조금씩
Two players brought down low on the spam.
맞았습니다.
So back towards A for Mouz. Falcons
미드에
too strong here. It's Monacy
스핑스를
and
널킹
Nico.
박아두고
Both up top of the board.
A 메인으로 4명 가네요. 자 그러면 A 수비 펠콘스 니코 모네시 듀오가 지키는 A.
That's what Mouz are going to have to break through.
자 과연 이 2명 몰리 타임 좋네요.
Buys you a couple more seconds. There's a block, a smoke down. No need to
자
break this.
뚫습니다.
Mouz left
플래시
playing
기가
through.
막혔는데
Jimmy just one. Jimmy provides
더블
both
킬
the
엔트리.
openings.
오
We'll get his comeuppance. It's spam for Kixan. Trying to
3대3.
claw this one back.
와 이걸 영역 뚫고 갔어? 킥사?
That's got to get a move on as Brolin's left scrapping for
20초.
control over the bomb site. His teammate
Wow,
far away, and with
Q-Square.
Brolin toppled,
15초밖에
he's
없어요.
got to save the day. Lurking in late, he's got no time
이거
to go
발소리 다 냈기
quietly.
때문에 CT
Running the
알죠?
whole way, Falcons know where he is, and it's
Q-Square.
Q-Square to finish the job.
Love the Falcons stay aggressive in that round, right? The deep mob
야 이거
behind the
킥산이
smoke
근데
makes you
크랙
feel like
플레이가
you're in the
지렸는데?
front
저
top. Kixan was already
설치하고
coming
있을
through
때
with
딱
flashbang, committed to
스모크
that move.
파고가지고 잡고
And even though Jimmy breaks through with a double entry onto Nico and Monacy, feels like a perfect storm for Mouz to run away with that
연막샷에다가,
round.
그죠?
Smoke spam,
이거.
flash through, Falcons, unrelenting on that retake. Never
좋아요.
let Mouz get comfortable.
야 둘이 진짜 엄대엄이다. 뭐 라운드 차이가 안 나.
Late in the day.
계속 그냥 동점되고.
This is now Falcons' game to lose.
키오스케. 우리는 그냥 이제 쿄스케 그러는데
Advantaged on the better
외국
side.
해설들 이제
Chance to
사수케,
build up even more capital
교수케.
here. As Mouz have one deagle.
발음 개킹 받는.
It's still Jimmy all the way. The forefront of so many of these
네,
rounds for
오른쪽에
Mouz.
관중 아저씨 신났고요.
Slow down round, you know, using it like a bit of a timeout.
보통 이제 유럽에서 카스대회 하면은 맥주를 줘요. 관중들이 막 맥주 막 이렇게 먹고 막 맥주 탑 쌓아가지고 막 이러고 여기 관중들은 술도 안 먹었는데 텐션 좋네요.
He seemed like he was at the center of the conversation. Yasuke
Great double kill.
overran. Jimmy's deagle finds him, but how much more exciting can this round get with Nico
Wow.
moving in and playing cleanup?
Nico.
Round gets put down, and any excitement ends with that deagle drop. The gun too far away for Brolin to retrieve. He's grabbed the deagle, but Nico will not let him through.
스티
All good.
이거랑
Taken for the Falcons, and they're in a very powerful
이번에
position.
이제 HLTV가 이제 레이팅 3.0을 내놨는데 니코 막 기분 좋아서 웃네요.
Chance for Cyclone to get involved.
좀 더 이제 불리한 상황을 뒤집는 스윙이라는 이제 통계 지표를 만들어가지고
CT side we saw the hijinks Mouz are up to.
막
Their
이제
aggression. Falcons haven't had to
1대
show
다
too much in the second
클러치를
half.
잘 할수록 유리하다고 하더라고요.
Pretty lax on middle. Want to see Nico in the A bomb site.
I think that's one of the things that's actually felt kind of scary is that, Mouz are being given a good chunk of runway to make these plays, and even when they found the openers, it's not translated into these round wins.
니코 프레기.
It's kind of the meta right now not to commit to these mid fights on CT side. Mouz threw it in once or twice in their first half.
자 타임아웃 쓰고.
For the most part, Zershan back in spawn.
근데 이 고대 맵에서 AWP 보기가 되게 힘드네요.
Nades in just to keep the pressure on. Mollies and nades. Or bludgeon Mouz.
오 스핑스 월백 맞고 가버렸습니다.
Spams out Spinks. So all of that conversation last round, forget about it.
That was Spinks trying to be a bit more decisive in this lane take, going there early.
아이고 아깝다. To a B execute. Another strong grenade.
개핀데요.
A bit higher on that spam would have been a 5v3.
심플 결승이에요?
In this B bomb site, 3 players strong.
And even now, Falcons
누구랑
still
붙어요?
looking for even more
This is perfect.
aggression down the ramp. This
자,
is what
푸시해요,
Mouz are trying to
푸시.
rejig their setup and their util, so they're going to catch them with nades
오,
out.
테세스가 둘.
Tessez multi-kill and Torchy
돌지
thrust
안
into a
됩니다. 팔콘스가 먼저
clutch.
10점에
No room to work
도착.
with. Falcons keep the pressure on. That's double digits now. Money broken for Mouz.
아,
The alarm
백붐이랑
bells are
붙어요?
ringing as Falcons take full control of Ancient.
Hey, Kixon's a
백붐에
fearless captain.
부미치
He's got- he's
있잖아.
gonna call moves
와,
like that,
심플
right?
대
Typically, you
부미치.
would expect Nico to be a guy to make a lot of
팀
mid-round
동료끼리,
decisions, make a lot of calls on his
왕년의
side of
그
the map, on
나비
CT
멤버끼리
side.
싸우네.
That's why it's so interesting to see him on an A anchor position.
백붐 대 BC 게이밍은 도박 사이트 대 도박 사이트.
But the move still happens nonetheless. Falcons
기웃기네.
collapse upon Mouz. This T side running out of room. One eco. Thinking about back to those B hits from Falcons. Mouz will try to handle
비로시.
it.
와우.
Oh.
Him and Kixon find 4 between them.
오, 계속 동점 서로 엎치락뒤치락하면서 팽팽했던 흐름이 갑자기 팔콘스 이러면 3점 리드하게 돼요. 11대 8대입니다.
No spam to collect. And no kill here for Mouz.
I mean, Mouz can fully feel that they've lost their grip on this game. As mentioned in the beginning, it was quite passive from Falcons. They were
그리고
willing to
사실
sit
이제
back,
팔콘스가
let Mouz run their strats, faith in those
킥산이
retakes,
조금
faith in
부진
maneuvering their pieces around
총을
in
이제
the
잘 못
right
써가지고
way to
바텀
make it
프레그 하고
happen.
그랬는데 오늘은
But as the game
아주
is
상태가
dragged
좋고요.
on here, Falcons now are taking more and more liberties. This was a well-placed stack in this round.
아니 근데 이번 때 블리츠 몽골즈 블리츠 선수가 레이팅 1.51로 2등을 하고 있어가지고
In that last rifle round, it was aggression. That was the aim for Falcons.
대단하더라고.
At all turns, now they're trying to remove options from the playbook for this Mouz team.
And this is a time when Mouz have to prove they are that championship level, that we know they can be, the team that runs to finals, a team that
인게임 리더
takes down
1.5로
everyone with
하고
vitality
1등
and
누구더라?
spirit. That clear third piece to recover in a very difficult game. 11-8 down on a T side, on a map that has not done you well in recent tournaments. Now's the time to prove it, Mouz.
아 우리의 자황이네요. 아니 타일로전에서 레이팅 2.6을 찍어가지고
One does catch exertion, but he still comes through.
He goes through on kind of a second timing though to dodge that other nade from Kiyosuke. That was the one that put him in the hurtful
키오스케.
position of like 10 HP in the last round.
자 스핑스 램프에서 듀얼 사이트 하나
Still
탁
get
헤드샷
this
따보고
mid control,
싶은데
but just suffer less in the process. Around where
킥산이
Falcons sit back passive. Triple lean over towards B and Spinks caught on an awkward timing. More
야,
rebound
월뱅이
damage for
저렇게 깎인 거야?
Kixan. It really is a bit of a hallmark for
킥산이
him
진짜
of this Ancient. Feels like he's
고대에서
always
아주
good at finding connections on that spam.
There's a mid-round move.
감이
from Nico.
좋아요,
He's
진짜.
cleared out a lot of position. He's confirmed what they already know. It's a B play at this point in time. Unless Mouz make a very late rotate, and the whole map is dark when they have no information.
팔콘스 예능 라운드 좀 웃긴 라운드도 보여주고 맵도 챙기고
It's nice because right now Kiyosuke and Kixan were both holding on to the red room wrap because they don't have mid info. While Monacy now moves back
웃음도
over
주고
and
실력도
actually
있는
clears
강
this
팀?
space. And so now it feels almost certain that this B play is coming in.
와 잠깐만 아 좀만 더
So much damage,
쏴보지.
still no kills.
잡혔고요.
Super wounded, but there's Torshi and an opening
27초.
for Mouz, a chance to
진입하는데.
move on. Util will
연막샷.
delay this plant with little time
Oh,
left. That could be a
Kyosuke.
problem. Kiyosuke, smoke spam connects. Looking for even more. Now on the
VAC.
reloads might want to go through, but they've timed this. So they never have two players
니코가
reloading
플랭킹
at once.
와요.
And Nico's even on
램프에
this
왔어요.
backstab.
Got it.
하나
Moving in, Brolin caught. No turn for Jimmy. He's battling these all players, and so Nico just collects
팔콘스가
all the
맵
free
포인트
kills
12점
on that
도착.
wrap round.
Setups have just been super strong here for Falcons, right? Not just the mid-round aggression, knowing when to play retake,
좋다
giving up the
잘한다.
entirety to B bomb site. I'm sure at that point they feel like they've done a lot of damage with their HEs down lane, with their war banks constantly.
와 너무
Two
좋았고요.
players just get full smoke.
와 너무 좋았고요. 크로스케.
Makes matters easy. And Nico mops up. This is Falcons ready to close that.
잘생겼다.
6 rounds straight.
I mean, Mouz have had better success in these opening fights. They've been the team frequenting 5v4s. It feels like even that started to change as the game's gone on.
자, 마우즈가 4점 연달아 이겨가지고 12대12 동점 맞추지 못하면, 연장전으로 가지 못하면 팔콘스가 본인들의 맵픽 고대 가져갈 수 있습니다. 점프로 봤어. 오, 프롤라. 멋있게 트레이드. 스핑스도 듀얼 걸어서 와우, 케이브 더블킬.
With the timing, it's starting to be opened up by kicks.
덩크 2.0 진짜 보여주나?
Clearing red, teammate right beside him. A 2-on-2 here in the red room. Dead is a
와우,
third.
톨지 라이플도 잘 쏘는 오퍼. 이러면 다시 또 역전됐죠 상황이.
Falcons miss his timing entirely. It sets him up for retake, but these players are boxed in right now. They're not moving this bomb, waiting for a
니코
reaction.
모넷이 2대3.
Will it go their way?
헤드샷.
Nico peels ahead off, walks back to that A site. Jimmy coming in to assist. They've read this wrong. Honestly's been here the whole time.
오, 지미.
Hyper aware.
자, 니코 1v2.
Story of this round. Nico is still here.
왼쪽으로 지나가는 거 본 것 같고요.
Nade finds damage. Can
구석에서
Nico close
설치?
this here and now in the clutch? Been a great showing from him in this game already. Can Nico remind us all just what he's
각을
capable of?
근데 엄청 쫙 벌렸는데?
Unplanted, he's fixated
진짜
on this CT
오른쪽
position.
끝이랑 왼쪽 끝으로
Where
숨었는데
that
이거
bomb's planted now, and so cognizant of the player
찾아다니면서
back in
하나씩
lane, he's gonna go
죽여야 돼요.
hunting.
이거 개어려요. 킷이
No one's
있긴
giving
해.
him these fights not for free.
근데
No one wants to be that first
절대 안
domino to
싸우지.
fall. On the
Oh my
way
God.
to a Nico clutch, exertions, patience is rewarded. And Mouz stay in this for one more round.
That's a very scary round. The mid-round moves, the freeze in red room, losing ahead there. But Mouz
이거는 너무
don't
어렵죠.
panic, they stay calm. Jimmy takes the space afforded on A.
아, 톨지가 이걸 불리했던 상황을 역전시키면서 사이트 들어와서
Group up red there and fight together. Porsche with some
좋습니다.
keen shots on the AK. Someone needed to bail Mouz out.
과연 12점의 팔콘스는 초크 안 당할 수 있을 것인가? 이대로 경기를 끝낼 수 있을 것인가? 오, 모네시! 오!
Damage done. Spinks even low on this B aggression. Tessus comes out to assist from heaven.
시티 공격적으로 미드 빠르게 나오는데 아, 모네시!
Smoke. It's a shooting ground for Monacy.
And you see that up, it's a huge red flag.
CT
It
smoke.
slows the play down.
열고.
It gives Falcons time to move more bodies over.
니코?
Now Nico joins the fight.
오!
Going in to Jimmy and exertion.
Kills
But he's making it work. 2 clean kills. That's the boost. Exertion trying to run through.
Another case of Spinks is left to nothing on the
잘하네,
wrong side of the map,
진짜.
not making a move, too low to want to risk it. There's space to take, he's not doing it. Mouz can group up in middle for kills, but it is again on Torshi.
그 와중에 테세스는 저점이네요.
Is just so long. He has to do this
8킬 16대.
pretty quietly too. Whole time.
너도 그러다 나간다. 팔콘스는 2달마다 선수를 바꾸기로 유명하죠
Swing
지금.
out from Spinks is punished. Falcons have the victory teed up right here. The best spot they're going to be in to do so. One man between them.
엘리지 사자 엘리지.
A pretty decisive win here on Ancient.
오,
Up for Tessa.
내가 말하니까
Seals the deal, and Falcons get
킬
off
하나네.
to a flying start in this
팔콘스가
domination.
다 같이 잘했죠. 네, 뭐 니코 모네시, 크로스케, 뭐 킥사, 그 테세스 다 잘하고
in that second half of play.
5대를 픽하고 가져갑니다.
Inferno. That's Mouz's pick in this series. It's so he's
자,
had
마우즈 대
38
팔콘스 두 번째
ever
매
on this
이번에
map,
마우즈가 픽한 인페르노로 왔고요. 페로로 시작합니다.
which is kind of staggering.
라운드. 자, 팔콘스 이제 B에 3명, A에 2명 수비 배치해놨고.
Mouz on their pick. Falcons a map in their pocket.
오늘 씨가 슬쩍 바나나 쳐다보면서 자 근데 A 뛰었어요.
In the pit.
와 원템 뭐야?
It's his
표스케.
ease, and Tessus has his back covered. New player will fall. Tessus falls back. The site taken by Mouz.
아 테세스 발코니에서 귀찮게 살아 있고요. 그래도 설치됐습니다. 자 CT 4명 4대3 리테이크. 킷은 없고요. 플래시뱅 없고요. 예, 유틸이 없네 CT.
Tessa's coming in on
서로
this
유틸
flank
없는
in through the
상태에서
apartments.
에임성.
Struggle to get too much reward out of this with the positions held by Mouz.
오, 네, 잡았고.
And now it's just Torshi left down in the pit.
칼빵.
And the knife is pulled.
야, 근데 UI 고장난 거 실화냐?
Selling the score.
왜 체력바가 안 움직이나
in the pistol
깜짝
to
놀랐네.
open up Inferno.
That's one way to do it. Just jump in 4v1, forget the past. We're not losing that round, say Falcons. Statement made and lesson learned for Mouz in the pistol round. Force spy comes out. Very excited to see this B hold as well on the CT side for Falcons.
모네 씨가 이런 거 되게 좋아하죠. 혼자 남아 있는 적 버니압으로 점프 공중에서 드리프트 스트래핑하면서 이제 칼빵 놀라고.
Has anything changed? Same positions for Kixon and Nico.
그래도 폭탄 플랜트가 됐기 때문에 이코가 아니라 총 뽑아오는 마우즈 포스바이.
Nico always willing.
아, 크로스케 크림슨 키모노.
Kixon holds flash and Nico awaits contact.
주.
After trying to avoid nades, will shift their way up, but reblocked again. More time wasted. Kixon's out of flashbang.
유틸 까면서 바나나. B 사이트 수비는 니코와 킥슨. 수류탄. 오우, 데미지 세요.
Trying to get stuck in, but ends up coming out of that.
걸어서 빠져나가나?
And then they get blocked at top banana.
B에서 액션이 조금 있었기 때문에 크로스케 선수가 A에서 B로 옮기는데 마우즈가 A 쪽으로 가거든요.
Seems like we've had
여기 수비가 둘. 30초 때 인포 따려고 킥산이 야 B 비었다 A다 A. 자 근데 이미 저기 A 사이트 코앞까지 와 있고. 엔트리 수비 하나. 오 연막을 뚫고 쐈어. 한번 페이크 설치하고 2대2.
blocked behind this smoke that starts to fade now. Gotta find that first incision because this
음프
crossfire is
보여주나?
hard to deal with.
킥상 음프네.
Split between sight and pit. Nothing being offered here. Falcons are gonna have to go searching.
Piece it together.
Draw out the pit fight. The Kixan had to nail that. The task feels now impossible here for Nico. It's success out of Mouz.
테러가 폭탄을 지킵니다.
An immediate challenge to the Falcons on Inferno.
성량 지리네.
Exactly what they want. They go really late. They threaten Falcons.
마이크 씹어먹네 혼자.
Smokes in banana. All of the util gone, and Falcons feel like they have to call for a rotation. That an execute is inevitable.
비명을 지르네.
And Mouz just make that hasty rotation back into a weakened bomb site. Even though Falcons trade out well, we know even 2v2s can be hard to retake.
이건 사운드 테러잖아. 응원이 아니라 좀 쫓아내봐.
Here and now, it's just Eagles and 5-7s.
팔콘스. 오. 포스바이 했어요, 팔콘. 근데 이제 피스톨입니다. 5-7과 디글. 그래도 뭐 헤드 원탭 나는 무기들로 무장을 했고. B의 3명 스택.
The crazy numbers one more time. It's one pro game for Kiyosuke on this map. 7 pugs in Face It CS2 and 30 from CSGO. This is his 39th game on this map.
Versus thousands of pugs.
Yeah, the contrast, that's
B
over
execution
1,300 mirages in pugs.
뿌리면서
So far from a comfort map.
엔트리합니다. 블롤런의 맥탄이 1등. 오우 쉣. 그래도 진펫이 복구를 했다.
But he's got to do even more. The Eagle dancing around this pillar, but struggling to deliver. Yeah, that one's clean. Torshi runs him down.
야, 그래도 피스톨로 진짜 수비 잘 했어요.
Monacy and Tessez group on the banana.
둘 다 바나나 쪽에서 한 방에 쏘고요. 총 주울 수 있겠는데? 예, 주웠어요. SS의 AK.
Horrible memories for the Falcons at this side of the map.
모넷이 갈릴.
Tessa is dead on the cross. And Monacy feels like he's got no room, no time to play.
모넷이 세이브하면서 진펫이 트리플 킬로 라운드 가져옵니다.
Walking into the B stack. They live to tell the tale.
야, 팔콘이.
And that's both rounds just seeing solid trading, to be fair, on the defensive side. But
팔콘스가 피스톨 포스파에서 사이트에서 수비 뭐 잘 해줬는데 진펫이 복구를 너무 연막샷. 아 이게 뭐지? 지미 VC잖아. 갈릴 연막 헤드 2개.
Well, boy, it ain't gonna be Spinks. Takes one for the team. Mouz now have a round with ease.
팔콘스 굿바이.
Burning up. Full banana taken. Mouz can just walk on in. And that's the thing about Mouz. They often just walk it in.
니코 혼자 B 있다가 잡혔고.
Not going to overcook this. Not going to overcomplicate it. They never had anyone
있는 사이트
searching out
들어와서
towards the other side of the map anyway, so there's no slowdown to make here. Will be clean on these early rounds for Mouz ever since the win in that force buy.
아 이게 EWC 중에서 제일 소리가 좋은 거예요?
Commanding start to Inferno. This first gun round, curious what Falcons are going to do about this B side of the map.
일단
They've always been a squad.
카스2로 따지면 최악의 관중 경기인데요, 저희는. 정말 쓰레기 같은 관중들인데.
Kixan and Nico still on that side of the map. Wonder if that's going to be the go-to.
We saw the danger of it, of using all your util in that position, even in
차라리 스튜디오에서 무관중하는 게 나을 거야.
Falcons used both their smokes.
거슬려.
They used their molly, they used their HE, and then they had nothing. And Mouz were all there. Falcons knew it, so they panic rotated. Mouz used it against them perfectly. I wouldn't even say panic, I guess. It's kind of
축구장 응원이라는 거는
third player there, but and Mouz make a very late move back to A.
아 내가 또 틀어서 보여줘야 돼?
Risk using all their util, just control the car.
타 종목은 몰라.
How are they going to fare
카스는
against the full execute from Mouz?
진짜 응원이 있어요. 진짜 응원.
No kits.
자 바이하고 5분 없죠. 인포 4개랑 파마스 시티. 이번에도 니코가 혼자 B 보고 A에 4명 스택.
Just fine for now. Falcons look like they have a read. Not only are they playing 4A, they are playing committed. Mouz won't figure this out until they get out of the apartments. At that point, it might even be too late.
자, 근데 이거 마우즈의 사이트 선택이 상대가 좀 센 쪽으로 갑니다. 4명 있어요.
How many kills will Mouz find?
와우.
Oh, that's a clean opening.
와 너무 클린한데? 모네시가 비벼주고 뚫었습니다. 자 반대편 사이트에 혼자 있던 니코가 오고 있고 설치되고 1v2.
There's simply no kit in the round.
Doesn't have the time. Doesn't have the space. Blocked him.
좀 쏴보다가 아 세이브 선택하는 니코. 돈이 없습니다.
Holding a sight is on this map because even though Falcons continue to trade out pretty efficiently, Mouz are just winning every single time. Sure, double entry does come through in that round for Mouz. They find 2 clean opening kills, but then a multi-back from Monacy, 1 more from Kixan. Still Mouz run it through. The scoreline is good for Mouz, but the rounds are tight. They need to stay on it.
터졌어?
Just feathers and bones. Falcons got any meat on this CT side?
진짜 시장 바닥 같다. 야 진짜. 아우.
This is fast approaching it.
자, 마우즈가 4대1로 리드를 하고
Opening,
있고요.
right? Like you lose that first rifle round, you're instantly on the back foot, and in a big way, this Mouz T side could just swell out of control here and now. You had to play perfect from the get-go, and within an essence, you know, Falcons had everything they wanted in that last round. It was Mouz playing into the full stack, and not even that was enough.
아, 좋습니다. 야, CT 하프바이 선택했고요. 디글 스카웃, 니코 엠포 아까 세이브한 거. 계속 좀 수비 포지션은 일단 A 4명 그리고 B 1명. 스핑스가 빠르게 헤드샷 따면서.
Another 5v4 provided at the hands of Spinks, and what if he does it again? Nico
진짜 헤드샷 클린하네요.
No one's dodging this guy right now. Spinks has nailed every single fight that's been offered.
아, 니코! 이거 테세스한테 무관 귀신 올맞나요? 디글이 뒤통수를 치지 못합니다. 니코 해버렸다.
Fine kicks in that B bomb site.
테세스 근데 아까 고대도 그렇고 조금 저점이네요.
세이브. Clinical shots for Spinks.
에이 킥산 에이스 주라.
Spinks sneaks in. Closer and closer. Mouz allow him that.
에이스
Here it comes for the ace. Spinks chasing the last, throwing sand in the face of Falcons, but Kixon denies it.
까비오.
Still, one of the big takeaway from the round is, yay, we didn't get aced. It's not exactly the
배너요? 싸워 줬잖아.
the confidence you're hoping for. I mean, every other shot in this round was perfect for Spinks. He never used more than 2 bullets, it felt like.
감사합니다.
These are all so crisp and clean, and then this whiff as well. Ugh.
Forget about it, say Falcons. Full buy comes out. Monacy's orb has to hit.
오, 모네시 CT 오비 나왔습니다. 자, 풀바이 하는 CT. UT는 조금 부족하지만 좀 세게
We talk
샀고요.
about Falcons giving Kyosuke powerful positions he's comfortable in, positions that let him extract a lot of value. Nico taking a back step in many maps while keeping it here. Kyosuke being on that rotation
하프까지
point,
공간을 좀
he's gonna be
내줬습니다,
very active.
CT.
He's going to be very integral. He can
패시브
play
포지션.
into both sides.
But I mean, it's also a lot of agency.
스모크 썼고요.
As we've talked about to no end, doesn't have a tremendous amount of reps on this.
그동안 스핑스와 진펫은 아파트에서 보일러까지 조금 작업을 해뒀고 그래서 A로 가나요?
Not a lot to think about. He leaves all his nades in spawn. Nico goes back to pick them up. He just holds his long side.
자, 근데 A 사이트에는 모네시의 탑도 있는데 뚫을 수 있을지.
Find an incision in middle.
유틸 깠습니다. 모네시 하나 잡고 큐스케 트레이드.
Yasuke tries to sweeten the deal.
30초.
Here for Mouz, but
피세
still in a
몰리.
powerful position.
So's Tessas.
Monacy.
와우! TSS가 마무리 지어주고 수비 성공하는 팔콘.
Falcons finally wrestling one back.
모네시 돌아오나?
Finally trading to their advantage. I think
저기
that's the most
인페르노
important
저
factor,
사이트
right? Falcons 4-3 up.
탑에서 빡빡 쏘는 게 진짜 시그니처거든요. 모네시 존.
Traded. And an annoying smoke up in front of the site that forces Mouz through grey screen into that orb.
캐니엑스 존이기도 하죠.
Mouz just going back to B here. That's what Falcons seem to think.
인페르노 A 사이트 오퍼에는 이제 낭만이
Go
있죠.
down, they land strong. Roland.
물론 샌드백을 잽니다.
Position. Flash kicks and activates. Grenades can come in.
Tan.
It goes both ways.
킥산 잡히고 니코 플래시 맞았어. 피킹하는데. 그래서 둘 다 가버리고 여기 쿄스케 트레이드.
Kiyosuke holds strong. Still got a molly to stall this one out. Mouz would love to win the round right then and there, and they still can.
야.
They need to get through this young
쿄스케
player.
단단하다.
2 kills and he concedes.
우리 사이트를 홀드를 참 잘해줍니다.
Mouz everything. 1v1 for the round now.
자, 우리 돌지가 잡아주고 2대2로.
Even he is fearful.
이러면은 팔콘스는 테시스랑 모네시가 각각 한 명씩 사이트를 찢어서 보는데
waiting for mid aggression out of the Falcons.
Now surely can't think someone's crossed into the site, right?
그대로 유틸 가면서 B 도착.
She's going to commit to that.
월뱅.
Selecting not
스모크
to blow this
스캔.
smoke open. So just a bit of chip damage on Torshi. Honestly, does have a nade as well.
팔콘스. 자 2대2 리테이크.
It looks like they'll just wait for these smokes to fade. Re-smoked at CT, that's a big problem. That's where this nade will come in handy.
세이브하고 싶다.
To cut down some of the angles. For now, they've got Torshi out behind this pillar all alone.
세이브할 걸.
It's right on time.
잘 쏘네요 돌지.
Solo in at the back of the site with his orb. Comfortable position for him. The nade gives the info, gives him that last little.
아 쿄스케가 이렇게나 막아줬는데 팔콘스 나머지 뭐 하나요?
Kiyosuke gets a great round in terms of kill count, but he gets a little hungry, doesn't he? Goes back for one more. Doesn't want to sit in the silence. It's what gives Torshi the pick. It's what lets Mouz into that site in the 2v2.
니코 또 슬슬 열받나?
See a few more examples of this, right, where the mechanics are great and are going to hold up regardless of the map, but there was even that round where he kind of gets caught out towards Moto, like way wider on the angle, where he is open to apartments. That was where Spinks found him. That was even though he had two teammates holding down the apartment's position. And so, you know, for a guy who has a staggering amount of hours in the game, usually a great comfortability on these maps, maybe not the same on Inferno.
But it's never going to come down to just one man, right? We still have to see this B hold strong for Falcons, and again, multiple attempts at it, none of them really connecting. Nico and Kickson just removed there at the top of Banana with not much to talk about.
이때 역시 마우즈 또 본인들이 픽한 맵이라 전반 테러에서 리드를 합니다.
Honestly making moves. To force a 5v4.
자, 마우즈 이번에는 바나나 안으로 들어가기보다는 아파트 쪽에 센데 근데 몬시가 들어와 있죠. 앱스 옵. 와 이번에는 갑자기 테러 3명이 싹 쓸려버렸습니다. A도 막히고 B도 연막 걸어와서 죽어주고요.
That's more like it. When things go good, they go great. 5-on-1 in seconds.
I mean, that could be, you know, the nature of these more aggressive CT sides from the Falcons. Risking it all in some early fights. You're going to have some really dominant rounds in there. You're going to have some dominant rounds against you.
트레이드.
This one's the former, very clean.
홀지에 더블 주어서 뭐 더블로 볼 쓸까? 아니면 그냥 원오버로 할까?
The apartment set up, well, it did stop that round before it even started, really.
머니시 짝짝짝.
Similar to Ancient in a position now for Falcons to recover and level out this first half.
머니시에 딱 AK를 주었고.
in the balance. And Orban and Tech9 in the same buy.
브롤란만 이제 총을 못 쏴가지고 택구 권총 들고 있습니다.
I'll take a different route in amps.
그러면 미드로 나오고 있고.
Spinks boosted up. Roland in Banana.
오. 브롤란 머리 위에 수류탄.
They look to take a lot of space. Great grenades. Fine Roland. Nothing to say. Smoke on long, Monacy. Good break it. There's two CTs here. Gonna try and set up his teammate to fight through. Sees nothing. Mouz play later timing after hearing that nade. They know they have a bit of room. Bomb is still back in spawn, hoping for an over-aggressive mistake, but Falcons sit in their bomb site. Smokes at the ready. Only one block left in the round here.
후반에 이제 오프닝 키를 따가지고 펠콘스 그냥 이제 사이트에서 기다릴 생각인 것 같고요.
As Mouz go back to banana, smoke does come down. Preemptive.
35초. 쿄스케 선수 로테이션 좋아요. 이 세 명.
The note here as well. Jimmy's still sitting on a nade. There's even the option to blow this open if you wanted to go on a forward timing. Util's getting lined up now. It's the stack again for this Mouz team.
킥산 트레이드.
Quicksand catching one. And now Mouz try and send it. Nico dropping down. He's got Kiyosuke ready to run through and lend a helping hand. And between them,
1대3. 오우, 니코 마무리 지어줍니다.
dancing around. And keeps that one in check for the Falcons.
수비 감 잡았나 팔콘?
Starting to offer a little bit more in this game.
1 and 5 for Nico. I said he's now found 5 kills in a
이제
row.
더블 레이드로 블란 잡아주고.
At the B site on his own. Now another multi-kill here. His teammate doing their part, running through the smoke to set him up. And Nico 6 and 5 now. Return to form on this CT side.
테러 돈 다 떨어져서
Falcons
퀵고.
are indeed recovering this half. It's going to be one last bite for Mouz in the next. This a quasi timeout.
작전 타임이요.
It feels very important, you know. Falcons do want to try and stake their claim to Inferno as they find a successful CT campaign. That's where Mouz are going to look to do their best work in a couple of rounds' time.
갑자기 왜 모네시에서 초퍼가 나오냐? 바나나. 오, 점프.
Bananas on the brain for Jimmy, and that's where this round
놀고
might end
있어요.
up. After a little timeout, just to talk it all through.
자, 이제 작전 타임 다 했나요? 네. 회의 끝났으면은 이제 꼬라 박으면 돼요. 우와!
Starting to run at him now.
우와!
They're not going to disrespect that util. Nico.
니코한테 에이스!
As just the pistols run
아, 수지!
collects. Unfazed by the five-man push, and a big smile from Zonic. Not the best ace of his career, but it's nice.
Kills in a row with no deaths for Nico.
네, 스프레이 딱 쏴주면서.
I mean, you do love to hear that if you're
권총 대결까지.
You're the Falcons.
It's all been
잘 쐈습니다.
round, right? This recovery of the first half, a very strong start for Mouz, a 5-1 lead.
사우디 왕장님이 에이스 하면은 슈퍼카 한 대 사주기로 했나?
Mouz could get that sweet taste of victory again just now at the end of the half.
멋있게 에이스 하면 람보르기니 하나
That would be a
추가요.
lovely T-side campaign from them. All things considered.
You just don't want to feel like you let Falcons back in any way, shape or form, right?
Yeah, again.
사우디 카봉이들 펠콘스 아우 신났고요.
A bit of a struggle down the tail end of this half. So we already saw them take that time to discuss this rifle round. That opener.
야, 이게 오랜만에 진짜 테러에서 오프닝 킬이 터졌습니다. 미드 교전에서요. 쿄스케를 잡아가지고.
I think he was just out wide fighting. Smoke break comes in. Mouz take a 5v4. And Kiyosuke, all in all, for the talk of his inexperience on Inferno, has held strong. 9 and 9.
네, 6대5에서 뒤돌아보기 응원.
Falcons get inquisitive back in banana.
Being a man down, right? They kind of need to here. They don't have the resources to sit back. They have to
와, 이 각
try and
좋은데요.
figure out where this play's coming in, and that aggression gets Nico punished.
그리고 또 몰리 깐 다음에 저이션 또 빠져나왔죠. 갑자기 하프월에서 딱 튀어나오면 모네시가 어떻게 반응할지.
Tessa's dead out on A in the downtime, but the bomb is right here on banana. Yeah, Falcons can still remain competitive for this round if they're able to find that.
둘 다 한 방에 가버렸습니다.
Tochi with the lineup, and Mouz go on to win out this half.
시원한 마무리였네요. 후반전 피스톨 라운드로 왔습니다. 마우즈가 2점 리드하면서 7대5가 됐고요. 이제 진영 바꿔서 마우즈가 수비 CT. 근데 자 팔콘 미드로 일단 나오고 있습니다.
Continuation of a long line of missteps at majors for Nico.
절션이 로테이션 돌면서 아치에 있거든요. 지나가나요?
Around
사이트.
in this pistol.
야 그래도
To
트레이드.
Jimmy, there's the support out of the Torshi,
폭탄 떨어졌어요.
and it all grinds to an awkward halt. You've lost your 3 big hitters. It's just Tessez and Kicksan are left standing. Let's see if Tessez can make this interesting.
So low though, tucked in this fight. Spinks just needs a body shot and it's over. Kicksan beat Torshi for the bomb. Under control in the bomb site. Kicksan just whittling. Oh, but he hits the headshot. He's got time. Move in. Grab that package and put it down.
플랜트 박혀요. 개꿀. 자, 듀얼 볼까요?
In, Kicksan goes for a jiggle, but he's wide already. Tucked in, nowhere to go, but fight forward.
와! 인게임이다! 킥산! 야 진짜 큰 거 해냈습니다. 설치에
클러치까지. And one of the things that made this guy so exciting when he first joined Falcons, we always said a captain who can frag and doesn't play like one necessarily. He steps up in a big way for that clutch round here.
T-side's where it does his best work. So what a time to show
잘 썼는데 까비요.
Not even necessarily in those clutches. But now trying to drag Falcons back in. I said those force buys have been prevalent
근데
in this
이제
series.
AK보다는 UT를 과감 엄청 투자한 갈릴 바이. CT 포스 바이고요. MP7을 샀습니다. 진펫 5.7이요.
Looking for a B-side brawl, and with Exertion gifting an opener, not going to get a better invitation than that.
Oh, smoke's too deep.
I'll play ahead of it, keep this real estate. Brolin, that's a crazy shot. And Falcons kind of dripping in here towards B.
Thinks his secret.
커핀.
Brolin's even made it ahead of the Molly.
잘 잡았네요.
Cleared out, but it's Spinks they're not
네,
ready
스핑스
for.
잡고.
Kiyosuke found.
스카웃으로 하나.
Tagging on the scout. One more to finish for Torshi. There's this big backstab for Tessez that's been building for the longest time, but he's had to pick up the pace with how desperate the hour's gotten. And Torshi continues to find success.
이코스틸 당하기.
Tessez now arriving.
한명전 테세스 일단
Late to the
설치하는데.
site, late to this plant.
오씨.
But finds his way in a 1v2 to get that bomb down. Jimmy and Torshi.
지미의 MP7으로 잡아내면서 GT 포스바이 성공.
For the Falcons on that B hit.
역시 피스톨 이거 해줬습니다. 갈릴 5개 사서 왔는데 유틸 꽉꽉 채우고 갈릴 5개 사서 왔는데 돌아오는 건 바스의 헤드샷과 스카웃이랑 팔콘스가 팔콘스 했네.
That's both force buys for Mouz. Those are the rounds you remember.
Nice!
In a very close game. Falcons have no choice, they've got to buy back, but Mouz with huge opportunity here on their map pick to make this a 3-mapper. Nuke is our decider. Bound to be a banger.
오, 팔콘스 패구 디글 헬멧까지 샀습니다.
Sort of Falcons-esque banana take here from Mouz.
마우즈가 일단 바나나의 절션을 깊숙이 넣어놨고.
Up against this force buy.
It's risky in a round like this to do it because you know one of the best plays is Tech Nice just popping through this smoke. High flash over. Exertion plays very close to it. Can just spray and pray, but doesn't want to overcommit here. Has a smoke, goes back to the bomb site, frees up a rotation. The wiser option of 2. Sees that move for Falcons and just blocks.
그림 마우스.
Roland's got to keep it running. Two B players for Mouz on the scoreboard.
자 40초 때 딕을 탭고 그리고 유틸 들고 B 공격.
Perhaps.
어우 스핑스 잘 왔네요.
Falcons have a wealth of
로테이션.
nades.
수비 셋입니다
Don't
이러면.
really have a means to block this, right? The incendiary on
자
Brolin's
카운터
nice,
플래시.
but it's only going to buy you a couple of seconds here at most. It's allowed Spinks to close in at least. You need
뜁니다,
that
팔콘.
third man to offer assistance. He needs something for
오
exertion.
딕을. 야
Nothing done.
스틸에는 스틸.
Success across the field for Falcons.
Ooh. And that's not even Falcons' utility really landing. No one gets burned out of position. No one gets flashed on that play. It's just whiffed
2대
shots for
4인데요.
Mouz. Good grenade.
감자는 좋은데요.
Falcons
내일까지.
don't have to worry about this post plant.
I mean, yeah, if one team is going to really, you know, lock in
세이브를
in a moment
선택하는
like this one,
마우즈.
it is Falcons.
뭐지? 두개골을 반으로
Never want to
쪼개겠다?
repeat mistakes of old.
에미넴 씨
That's a
같은가요?
bit of a failure there, right? You touched on Xerxes and Brolin, both kind of a little quiet in this series thus far. And I think, you know, you can say that they might reactivate here in this second half, but they don't have to.
마지막 어떻게
You don't
했어?
want this to be exploitable. You don't want this to be a consistent issue. This B site has to hold up. Kicksand, you know, not afraid to keep it kind of simple.
자, 마우즈 두 번째
stripped back. I
타임아웃
mean, you can think
보입니다.
about Ancient as a keen example of that, finding success in those quick B hits. Not a guy who's going to look to overcook too much. If the B site is weak, he will exploit it.
Yeah. That's an awkward hunt as well. I mean, Falcons lose all their guns, and sure, it's a force
마지막에
by
총
win.
다
They still get out
떨궜나요?
with some money, but yeah, you're right for Mouz coming right back into this game. Not
마우즈 두 번째
celebrate yet.
타임아웃.
Mouz with a timeout, in fact, but Falcons, I mean, we've got 3,800 on almost every player here, so it's either AK Kevlar or Galil and Nades. Many opting for the utility.
볼드 플라이 팔콘스 다이?
Honestly, unburdened
아니
by
뭐
it.
응원 문구를 뭐 저렇게 써.
Fortunately, 18 and 6, monster game from him.
얼테이가 없네 그냥.
Still holding on to this lead, just about a Mouz. But this is the round that really
뭐
decides the
응원이
late game
좀
here
이제
on
근본이
Inferno. You
없긴
touched upon how
해도
Falcons on the
뭐
back of that
열심히들
hunt. They
하니까.
themselves are looking worse for wear in terms
그러네요.
of the money. Both teams teetering on the edge of being broke.
Can't really celebrate your force by win when it comes that costly.
Pyrrhic victory for Falcons.
와 스핑스 미드 스모크를 뚫고 나와서 둘 잡고 폭탄까지
On the push through that
확보했습니다.
mid smoke, even though you get the space, you've paid a heavy price here. Tessez unable to reclaim
트럭 사이로
anything
진펫의
on the walkout
승리.
through short, and that leaves just Nico and Monacy staring down the barrel of a 2v5.
니코 모네시라면 2대5 할 수
You
있나요?
are really regretting that hunt.
Nothing given away here. Ooh, as I say that, Torshi.
Well, she tried to give something away.
But even
살짝
then,
등 긁었는데
you got to go hunting. You got to go digging.
니코가 폭탄을 줍긴 했어요.
One pick
30초.
back up. B site allowed.
예.
5 seconds makes it feel like
Save
it's a
it.
save here for Falcons with no opportunity opened up.
Even
or
that-
closes on the round.
Even that could draw out these money problems, right? Now
스핑스가
you're kind of
게임을
off kilter in
터뜨렸네
terms of
이번
the money.
라운드.
Yeah.
You might just have to go back to a force here, but even that's something you're a little reluctant to do with a 5 alive round for Mouz. You didn't even make a dent here.
나비 팬인데
Not only have you failed to
마우즈
capitalize on
응원한다는
that costly
뜻인가?
hunt, it's come back to really haunt you.
These are, bitter pills to swallow because sure, you're happy you have a chance to actually get damage and fight in that next round. But Mouz have no loss bonus. It's a rather unique situation to be in. 1,400 on the 3 other players and 2 AKs
오,
for
이 장면.
$0. It's just back to back force buys down for Falcons. And by the time you get a
대상역?
real buy on your T side, Mouz are deep into double
손톱 봐
digits.
씨.
Yeah, they'll be on the verge of victory.
네일쇼 다녀오셨나봐요.
near flawless game from the Falcons. That's unless they can upset it all by winning here.
Hey, it's something they did on the CT side of Ancient late in the game. They got 7 out of the last 8 rounds to close out that map after a pretty even game. But
자, 팔콘스 아까 니코모네시 둘은 라이플 세이브했죠. 나머지 했고 긁어서 왔는데 바나나에서 스핑스 선수의 백투백 더블킬. 어드밴티지를 가져갑니다. 테세스는 혼자서 앱스 럴킹을 하고 있는데 돌리나요? 테세스는 근데 팔콘스 오고 돈도 많이 받았을 텐데 기본 장갑으로 다녀요?
I think on this T side, usually a strength of this Falcon squad in the past, whenever we saw them play Inferno, that's where Kiyosuke's lack of reps really might feel punishing. It can
그래도 셋이 뭉쳐서
see some of the most experienced players in the world
를 한번 뚫어보는 것 같습니다.
when they're getting bullied on the T sides. He's had 2 kills thus far in this second half. So keeping track of that on our way to the close. It's a walk out in towards B here.
테세스의 프리에이밍.
Very, very passive play for Mouz, giving away all this room, waiting for info. They hear that smoke
마우즈는
down
그냥
in CT.
공간
They hear a player
내주고
scaling.
기다렸다가 백사이트에서 둘이 모네시 혼자 남고요. P8밖에 없어서 한 대 스치면은 시간이 없어요. 시간이. 야, 연막샷에 가버립니다. 10대 7.
And now that money comes crashing down for the Falcons.
2K a player. I mean, this is what I said. Mouz are going to be in the hot seats with kind of no excuse to close out Inferno once the guns finally come through for Falcons. It's not a map that you're getting bomb plants easily either. So there's very little Falcons can do or say about this position.
One
they put themselves in,
is
one they'll pay the price for. Mouz, despite a couple of quiet and perhaps exploitable players, both in the B bomb site in this map.
모네시만 D 그리고 나머지 프리코. 오, A로 향한데.
Taken by Falcons.
모네시가 딕을 원탭을 좀 노려봤습니다만 본인의 체력만 깎았고요.
Mob and bucket. Keep it clean.
Yeah, it does feel like you've hit that point where it's now's his game to lose.
아이고.
They have every reason to take this. Full control. They're going to remain, on the dominant side of the economy for time to come. Another chance at a squeaky clean round here, and that would go a long way just to give you staying power in the tail end.
킥상 혼자 가다가
Freebie
잡혔네요.
for Brolin. And Spinks ready to collect. He's got a bunch of Glocks right around the corner.
오!
Only going to manage one. Can't quite finish his meal. It's a gun picked up for Tessez. Only 25 seconds here. You can't go slow anymore, Falcons. You've got to get a move on.
And Monacy D could go a long way, but look at them backing out. They want to give nothing away in this round. That's a scary spray, but you can't go beat now. 15 seconds. Brolin pulling back. Has he realized they're going to give it a go? He's down to a buzzer beater. 10 seconds as they try and cross in. They have no idea where he's coming from.
브롤란이 와서
in the last possible second, but Brolin can run him down and win the round. Today. That's a little scary for Mouz, a little hectic down the stretch. But Captain Brolin puts it to rest, and Mouz.
잘 막았네요.
One buy round separates them from Nuke.
자, 또 니코 표정이 굳어가고
This guy,
있고.
Nico, feeling the pressure here, knows he might have to be the fire starter for Falcons. This is, as you say, the last buy round
G
they're going to
에어포트
have.
레츠고.
So maybe we see Nico look for something up through Banana. Certainly looks like it as he's already scaled deep behind the util. His teammates in the downtime have been involved in a clash for this mid-control. two of them low.
SS 오늘 안 풀리는 날이네요.
Now Tess's out of the picture as well. This is the worst possible start for the Falcons. It's in this moment that Nico and Kiyosuke have to be difference makers.
오, 조심 조금 위험하겠는데 올라갔어요.
Util so punishing. The health is so low.
다들 피 관리가
Mouz and a
씨.
third man in store.
근데 쿄스케가
It's a nice opening.
디퍼런스 메이커.
But it's got to be so much more than that. Monacy and Kicksam both a shot away from certain death. I think with the money where it's at, Falcons are in this weird spot where they kind of don't want to get too committed. You could justify a save.
This is kind of a random gamble, no? Mouz giving it up entirely. Trusting their read, yes, but what if it's wrong? What if they're biting
자, 그래도
down?
팔콘스한테 좋은 소식은 지금 브롤란이 A로 가버리면서 B 혼자라는 수비가 한 명이라는 얘기죠.
There's no one inbound. Dixon comes back to try to sell this fake inside.
이게 뭐지?
Oh my God.
Doesn't know. He reads it, shooting him through. Now they're in B.
자, 그럼 B로 가면 돼요.
If he fights on his own and dies, that opens up a chance for Falcons.
이거 유틸 뭐야 이거?
Oh no, from bad to worst. Miss Util. Honestly makes up for it to an extent.
그리고 싸움 이기고.
Push from Kiyosuke nets them the kill. That's going to allow a plant here.
오,
Nico
니코
providing
설치도
cover.
됐어요. 2대3.
This is a round you could have looked to save in. But Nico and Kiyosuke have ground away back in.
Big flank.
This was all the marbles for the Falcons. The job is not done yet. They've got to stop Spinks and Jimmy
냉정하게 세이브?
from ever beginning on
잡았는데?
this retake.
Go for it now.
And they were going to save. Oh no.
Not again.
Not another.
오, 더블 플레이 니코 문시. 야, 이번 라운드 팔콘스 되게 출발이 안 좋았거든요. 하나 죽고 2명 개피로 시작했는데 4대5를 야, 이걸 해냈습니다.
In this game, your bottom performers rotating out of the B bomb site, giving it over entirely, and even Exertion getting caught, full flashed. Can't pick a position. Stuck at Coffin, gives them the entry after giving them the site. Mouz don't really make a decision. They don't even play retake.
테세스 나이스라도 크게 외칩니다.
That feels like
7킬 15데스.
a really awkward way to allow Falcons back in this game. It might not matter.
절션이도 상태가 안 좋긴 해요. 그래서 둘 다 지금 누가 더 킬을 해야
just very
하느냐.
un-Mouz-like.
Nico.
와, 니코 프리에임 좋은데요.
This time far quicker up through Banana. Even though we get super
P2로 살아가지고.
getting out with a 5v4.
근데 무방비하게 가다가 브롤란이 갑자기 연막 속에서
He's been coming back at least.
공짜 킬을 하나.
Cover just wasn't there from the Falcons.
Not again.
They're going to leave B once more.
Doing this like they have rounds.
아, 선수 캠을 체력바에 박아놓는 거 그렇죠. 근데 이게 EWC가 ESL 페이스 그룹이 주관하거든요. ESL 대회여는. 그래서 이번에 실험적으로 써보고 좋으면 또 ESL 대회에서 계속 쓸 수도 있겠죠. 20킬 도착한 톨지.
2v4 through the smoke yet once more, and Brolin stops it. 3 kills from the captain again on this B bomb site.
니코 더블 킬 하나.
2 health. No chance.
노스코프.
This one's done. Mouz onto 12.
브롤란의 4킬. 마우즈를 12점 보내줍니다. 삼각 뉴크가 눈앞에 보이는 팔콘. 타임아웃.
All in all, Exertion's had a horrendous series. If Mouz make this one Nuke, they need him to recover here. Difference is clear on this map. Mouz's experience reigning true. They will need their star rifler, their entry power, especially on such a technical map.
Yeah, and I think, you know, it's just so much less of a gimme than Inferno was ever going to be.
Is what Zershan even said after beating VP, that it was just a weird game, that he couldn't really find it. Jimmy stepped up massively.
아, 팔콘 이거 돈도 없네. 갈릴 2개, 피스톨 3개.
Left with in what could be the final round of
톨제 미스. 그래도 살아서 소위탄 깔고
Forgets about the railing and it nearly cost him his life.
난간이 있거든요 이게. 패치.
Phew. To Mouz.
살아서
Falcons right around that corner. Bomb does go back. It has been kind of a one trick on this T side. Constant B hits.
니코의 디글?
Nico alone. Just still making his same plays. Just hasn't had the shots to back it up.
오니 연막샷. 오 거의 죽을 뻔했어. 표스케 미드에서 스핑스한테 잡혔고 양각이었네요. 지페 스핑스. 미드 더블 셋업에 가버리는 팔콘. 니코가 좋아하는 삼광 뉴크. 과연 팔콘스의 운명은? 근데 돈은 돈대로 엄청 썼단 말이죠. 진짜 사우디 뭐 왕자 국영 펀드 기업 뭐 다 쳐다보고 있습니다. 바로 여기서 뭔가 결과를 내야 돼요. 마우즈가 사우디의 꿈을 꺾을 수 있을지. 삼광 뉴크. 니코가 좋아하는 마지막 맵 뉴크. 과연 할전 이겨서 CT 잡긴 했는데 P250 헤드샷에 니코가 눕습니다. 램프 엔트리. 오! 200만 달러의 사나이 17살 큐스케. 램프 3킬. 야 니코 모넷이 둘이 누워있는 거 봐. 큐스케 해줘. 오 둘이 갈렸어요. 뒤통수. 엑스레이 껐죠. 관중들이 혹시 알려줄까봐.
Collects his free kill, but still has so much more to do. Got to stop her. Kiyosuke with hot hands in this pistol.
It's not Inferno anymore.
자 그러나 아직 CT가 폭탄을 그렇죠 확보하고 있고.
Had a highlight in this very position. 30 seconds for Torshi to figure this one out. Kicks and pushes.
홀지? 오 큐스케 피스톨 4킬.
Never even see him.
Yeah, just out of nowhere. Pops his heads up, puts Mouz's down. 4 kills in a pistol round.
동크 2.0. 와우. 됐었습니다. 우! 야. 원탭.
Whoever wins this quarterfinal goes against Aurora in the semis. They will certainly be favorites. Even if Aurora are playing a great tournament right now.
자, 테러 설치도 못했고.
This one is split right down the middle. Map. Mouz are proven on. One Falcons have only played a single time with
뉴크가
this
CT
roster.
승률이 52%, 테러 승률이 48% 정도. 그리고 둘 다 이제 전적에서 테러 승률이 30%고 CT 승률이 60%가 나와요. CT 라운드랑 테러 라운드랑 좀 차이가 납니다.
I mean, you talk about the kind of up and downs for
야 근데 아까 팔콘스 피스톨 라운드 승률 10% 아니었냐? 여기서 이겼네? 아 좋아요.
But that was a pretty decisive win for OG. Mouz just got outclassed in terms of the calls.
야 니코 모넷이 이코 라운드 되니까 귀신같이 킬을.
OG ran rings around him. With a nice series of smoke walls. Prison often has. It's all for later.
잘 먹네.
Let's see Mouz lead on this T side. Full buy coming through. Falcons.
자, 2대0 출발 팔콘. 마우즈의 AK Y 라운드.
This half that we are going to be looking at exertion. He's got a big degree of responsibility as to the success of this T side for Mouz. As we've talked about,
테세스 탑 몰리 잘 피했네요.
Rifling on the outside is no easy feat.
공중 부양하고 있고요. 스모크에 갭이 있다. 아 니코가 이래서 인포를 따요. 야드 안 없다. 그래도 A 들어온데 킥산이 파마스 트리플 킬 홀드. 3대5. 페로의 첫 번째 걸 라운드 나갔습니다. 팔콘스의 수비.
Considering you kind of get blindsided by the pace there, right? Your players back turned on the push out.
Kicksan
does a fantastic job of buying time for Nico and Co to join the fray. It's a huge step in the right direction.
Mouz 타임아웃 빠르네요.
The fact that Mouz go for that in their first rifle round, right? They try to set this precedent early of you need to watch out for the top sight hits. We can throw them in at any moment. Well, that kind of hits a lot less when you get wrecked attempting it in your first rifle round.
하프바이. 연패 보너스 3,400원에 맞춰서 다음 라운드 풀바이 할 수 있게. 아닌가? 포스바이? 갈릴 사버려? 한 명만 히어로 갈릴이야? 한 명은 히어로 갈릴. 나머지는 텍고 딕을 갚아. 위치를 최소한으로.
Not panning out.
Yeah, smokes are just the default staging on this map.
모네시의 5. 가라지에서 미스.
Laundry list of players that are down to play the yard for the Falcons. Monacy throws his name into the equation now on this AWP, and there's exertion plucked out first.
오버리.
Tag hit either way. The two offers clashing
니코가
outside. Brolin threads the needle on this main timing.
디글의 모네시 죽었어요?
Forshi's Dig has delivered one more. Trying to make this round interesting is Brolin.
피해를 좀 입힙니다.
Name now. It's the rotate in from Tessez that catches him by surprise.
Have to start now, well, they will be swept under in this T half. Full by coming through, Orb for Corshi as well. Kiyasuke proving very mobile in these couple of rounds. Quick to assist on A.
표스케가 계속 포지션 바꾸면서 잘 싸웠네요. 오래. 자, 마우즈의 다시 바이 라운드. 쿨지의 AWP. 팔콕스는 뭐야?
Exertion alone. Brolin assists with the utility, but even that nade makes things difficult. Couldn't have been better timed by Nico.
저 아저씨 부자인가? 유명한 사람인가? 카메라를 잡아주는데요.
Nixon comes up from under. Late wall hits the yard as Mouz scale forward with two players. It's just a main split. Got this util on the top side, teed up by Torshi.
오포 모네시는 램프 수비.
Play into this. Should make the cross tag down very
감
low.
좋은데요.
He can't catch it.
설마? 죽일 뻔 까비.
Gets by.
It's not exactly going to be able to open up much from this position.
근데 이제 몰로토브 들고 대기하고 있는 보면 A 공격이죠.
Exertion there to throw the flash for Brolin, but nothing being offered here on this space in main.
야, 잘 숨었다, 시티.
Kiyasuke up on the rafters. And with Nico and Tessez making quick work over the hit, Kiyasuke now getting involved a little bit later.
A
And
공격.
suddenly it's just a low HP Exertion. He's been bullied from the get-go of this round.
마우즈 초반 테러 진짜 안 풀리네요. 다 막혔습니다.
Like why, you're buying the AWP into that round on a top side execute. That was the call from the get-go. Mouz to get Xerxon on the cross to feign some outside presence so he can flash his teammate into main, go on a top split. Sure, if everything goes right, that AWP is a potent post-pop.
세이브하면서 팔콘스 5대0.
But Mouz don't make a dent on that top side. Kiyasuke just with strong positioning in this game right now.
표스케 8킬
really
됐어.
been on the ramp since the pistol. Monacy
피스톨
takes it
4킬.
there. He's up in the rafter.
그 전에 이제 칼전 이긴 것도 좋았고, 물론 이제 마우즈가 절션이 팀원 등짝을 찔러 스노우볼 치이네.
Forcing some like weird adjustments. They're bogged down in.
Nice call. Nice. Good job.
Dealing with that.
SS 오늘 나이스맨이네요.
네.
나이스 굿잡.
자,
램프 수비는 표스케.
I don't hate the idea of Mouz just playing some
그리고
fast
모네시는
group rounds.
야드.
Brolin faking the yard
계속
util.
포지션 바꾸면서 팔콘 수비합니다.
The rest wait back in lobby.
그렇죠. 이번 그리고 EWC 계속 마우즈는 뭔가 절션이 좀 아쉬웠던.
You don't want to spend so much time trying to prop up your weakest link that you yourself become a part of the problem here. And so playing together.
And yeah, sure, well, that's true, but at the same time, if your weakest link is in the most important role on this T side, you're not going to get anything. You're not going to get any space.
스모크 없나요?
You're not going to get those entries down lower.
야,
Shift
건너.
rotates to open up even a chance
하나 죽고요.
to make this A site hit
오.
viable. Spotted on the cross. AK
나름
makes
잘
it down.
건넜다.
Kiyosuke runs around, but Monacy's got hell control. You can't come through this smoky impact. Nico and kicks him inside the vent. It's an ugly spray. They might have seen Nico here as well.
와우, 니코 스트레이트. 테세스도 더블킬. 6대0까지 가는
to the zero
Nuke.
from Falcons. Xerxia may have support.
was right. 이걸 카메라 잡아주네.
In that B bomb
Yeah,
side.
CT side thus far from Falcons has been impressive, right? They feel like they've been put to the test.
관계자들이
In this
보면
game, it's remained
싫어하겠는데요.
very fluid. They're reacting to the info well. It's making it hard because you feel like there's never a gap here if you're Mouz. There's never something to exploit.
열사가 초포 열사님.
Something has to go right before you can make Falcons doubt themselves. Otherwise, they're just going to believe in their rotates, believe in their calls, stay active, stay mobile.
I mean, at every stage in that round, the
두
gaps
번째
that didn't
timeout.
here were closed so promptly, right? Even the Kiyosuke ramp drop as the players hiding in the smoke. Well, that's right as Monacy moves into the line.
근데 진짜 이번 바이런드 공격 실패하면은 그냥 게임 터질 것 같은데.
Nuke is probably the best place to be in flow state, right? Just moving those little
반드시
pieces around
이겨야
the map.
되는.
It's not even kicks.
타임아웃까지 썼어요.
With the puppet strings, it's every player knowing their role, knowing their rotation, knowing how to react to certain info. Could be outside. Or down secret.
We said it hours ago coming into this for Mouz. Well, it's been a year absent of trophies. The one thing they've had is at worst semi-final placings. This would be their worst finish since the start of the year. Thinking back to Katowice and Bounty. But other than that, 9 playoffs in a row, always semi-finals or better.
Unreal consistency, only matched by Vitality. Exceeded even.
자, 스모크 쓰면서 야드 컨트롤. 드랍했는데 킥산이 커트. 야, 워터폴 스모크가 안 가려졌네.
Oh my god, it's a mess. At least Xerxia just run and gun takes that kill. Inside of the Molotov, Kiyosuke is just farming right
혼자
now.
남는
Aimbot's in the
절션.
yard. 10 and 1. The read is there. The
니코가
shot is
마무리.
gone.
야!
Nico gets it over the line. Falcons
공격을 한
flawless
번도
game still.
못해요, 마우즈. 7대0.
Mouz just don't have answers. They don't have the usual tools. They don't have the usual pieces here. You're working with such limitations, and I mean now even things as simple as these smokes are going wrong.
Yeah, I wonder if that's on purpose, right? They still drop in looking at main, but is that just a reaction or is that a miss? Regardless, it does Mouz no favors.
우와, 표스케 11 됐어요.
Seeing frustration even come through. Jimmy started this series rock solid. That first map was great.
A 아닌가? 램프인가?
Front runner.
A 러시죠?
Able to keep it going on the
벤트로
T
쏘고
side as
내려가네?
well. Saw that hand go
B
through the vent.
스플릿이었군요.
Jimmy does get his kill down in the other side, but Nico follows him with a audacious play.
Nico stood on Jimmy's head, finishes him off. Now they try and spill over into this.
야, 잠깐만. 근데 뭐지 이게?
And Torshi, and they know the others have dropped down lower. Nico survived one chance crossing in the vents. Is he really going to try and do it twice?
He's got to.
The 7-0 feel nearly invincible. But do you just write this round off on position and position alone?
It's a shame to see. Nico survive here.
I don't think he does. They might have to get a bit of a move on.
There's nowhere to go now. Maybe back garage, but that's his best bet at this point. They drop down the vent. Nico holding on for exit. Gonna lose that all.
세이브도.
Honestly, AK might be valid.
예, 그래도 모네시가 처리해주네요. CT 돈이 엄청 많았구나.
Mouz do find their first round. About time. I'll save the AK.
AK
There's so much money on this Falcon CT side, so he will.
I mean, look there, right? Mouz pick up a round, and it's kind of the mistake of Falcons. Their keenness to rotate, the pace of these rotates, and the tunnel vision on these players in lower, end up leaving them out of position. And with a series of awkward missed timings going the way of this Mouz team, they've gotten on the board.
자, 그래도
Too late.
This is where they can look to recover, but that's
마지막 맵 뉴크, 니코의 뉴크에서는 어떤 일이든지 일어날 수 있습니다. 니코 스틸 해내는
Let's see
마우즈.
if they can do it on their own merit. It's a cross out in the yard. 4 players here with just Jimmy waiting back in the lobby.
I wonder if that's. Oh no! What a read! What a read! Just denied.
잘 찾았네요. 근데
Insertion comes through the smoke, and Monacy pre-scoped on his position. Jimpat and Hart, did he hear the scope up close? Monacy might just strut. Players. Leg gives it away.
미스 났어. 와우, 더블킬.
Kill. We were waiting for him here in this third map after a great series. Jimpat put down by the ramp flank.
폭탄 들고 본대는 야대고요.
Unknown. Mouse cross.
시크릿 내려가면은 킥산이 수비를 기다리고 표스케가 여기서 중간에 하나 끊을 수. 다 내려갔나요?
His captain, Hickson.
내려갔어요.
Patient, waiting.
내려가면 킥산.
He's not playing the jump spot.
타이밍.
Looking for the info. Hickson instead rests his hopes on an off angle down here towards lower where he's flying blind.
Shadow for him.
Has that shadow to work with, and well, we'll catch Thrashy with the bomb. Double up from Kicksan.
잡고 1대1.
Indeed, he's done his part in the round, and now he leaves it open to Kiyosuke to close.
스픽스텍
down here, giving chase straight away. Here's that bomb plant.
와, 타이밍 딱 좋게요. 문 열고 표스케 클러치.
It's Kicksan and Kiyosuke to keep this pretty for the Falcons.
Seeing everything that Kiyosuke has to offer here on this CT side.
야, 이 뉴크는 진짜 표스케가 완전히 지배하고 있네요.
Ever mobile, being put into positions to succeed, and still making mid-round moves, still flanking.
니코의 약점을 보완해줄.
Outside. He's everywhere and nowhere at the same time. 12-2, clutches up that round for Falcons, and responds to Mouz's 1-1 round.
그러게요. 진패 차례인데 아쉽다.
This deep molly, nothing that Exertion exploits. He waits for the smokes to come down before he crosses.
관중들 아주 괴성을 지릅니다.
They break. They hear the footsteps, but he's got that secret control this time unharmed. Yasuke committed.
니코도 그쵸. 사실 4대3으로 EWC 와서 그래 원래 쓰던 세팅 쓰니까 좋잖아. 와우, 키요스케.
It takes the third man. Spinks on the swing to stop Kiyosuke. This is where Exertion is in the power position, watching on these vents. He's going to catch Nico at this drop down. At this point, Falcons know it's the lower play, and these rotates are going to be slow. They have to take the safer routes further away on the extremities. Go and clear out vent. That'll offer up the path to Kicksan. Even this is wasting time for the Falcons, clearing dead positions as Exertion's forward back.
시도.
Sat on the bomb is Spinks, watching over it, and as Monacy looks for this, that's when Exertion is supposed to play, but he's been allowed to pluck one from the ranks. Kicksan moves in, missed shot for Torty, and this might cost him dearly. Bomb planted for Exertion, this has to be his moment, and the clutch comes in. Exertion with a big round, his most impactful one in this series yet. It takes everything from Mouz for a second round.
헌터를 웃으면서 갈아버리네.
Maybe felt like he missed his timing after Spinks gets peeked in with the orb. Exertion hits that headshot, he spams the smoke, he saves Mouz from another devastating round on his secret cross. Worth its weight. Late in the T side, 4 is all they can reach for.
근데 갑자기 마우즈가 다 이기고 4대8 만들면 또 뭐 피스톨 이기고 그러면 아직 모른다. 팔콘스는 1점 더 따주고 뭐 9대3 정도 가주면 좀 그나마 안심이 되겠네요.
Time to find out.
Just had a dropout for exertion.
야 근데 올해 진짜 바이탈리티한테 뉴크에서 뭐 6대 12, 5대 11 맨날
Lost two of them.
초크 당해가지고.
I mean, look, you can still go on and recover this half of your Mouz. That's what you have to be telling yourself here. You don't have a lot of room left. I have an awful lot of runway.
니코야 지금 쿄스케 잘하니까
You've
그냥
had to
죽지만
really
말아봐.
fight for both the rounds you've been able to pick
그냥
up.
베이팅해 그냥.
It's not over. It's far from it.
사람만 있어.
And it's in these desperate moments. Mouz feel beaten that you've seen them roll over and die in some of the most important games of their career. You don't want this to be another one on the stage.
And that's usually come off the back of, you know, at least something to celebrate prior to that, right? Talk about the Cologne final, they definitely crumbled. Spirit leveled up, but that was
테크
after
퍼즈. 절시안 선수가 헤드셋을 뽑고 있습니다.
Mouz have nothing
짐펫도
to celebrate so far. Map victory in the series, a win over VP Shaw. This was a game they could have crushed crowd favorites.
I don't know if it's great for Mouz, this idea that at the beginning of the season, the one team they could never get past was Vitality. That was the only thing stopping them from being the best team in the world. Was the other best team in the world. But now that Rogues gallery is growing, right? It started with Spirit after the Vitality win where they finally pick it up. They get it, well then Spirit go ahead and beat them thrice over. Now Falcons looking to throw their name.
와 테크 퍼즈 킥산 선수 와 공부하는 거 보세요. 인게임 리더.
You feel like you're losing your grip
벼락치기.
on being the top dog.
Yeah, the timing was there, right? We always felt
머리에 빠르게 틱틱 집어넣고.
was inevitable that they would rise to be a prolific team at the top of Counter-Strike, forcing it through aggressive purchases. Now we're in that world. And Mouz come back, shake the monkey off their back.
뉴크 테러 옛날에 비하면 엄청 해볼만 해졌어요.
Break Falcons money heading into the last round of the half, and that would see them through to a 4-round T-side. It's not a lot, but it is enough room to keep yourself in this game.
Definitely. But look at Kiyosuke. Again, the power position coming up secret. Modesty confirms what they already know.
아니 니코야 죽지만 말.
Kiyosuke tucks in, hoping they're coming his way. Might not get rewarded. Or she's now in a position.
4대8 가면 너 책임이다.
Mouz hold the handbrake up. Top lobby for Jimmy. Full control outside, allowing a wrap around the world, and they don't know how much commitment there is lower, but Kiyosuke comes back up and he gets punished. There's more layers to that. He's in the same position. Falcons trying to force this, will pay the price.
Tessa's going to die to back lobby if he's not careful. So fixated on this player up on T-Root.
테스도 막 사다리 정신 팔려 있다가
presence of a second player on a secret cross almost feeds misinfo to Falcons as to layer the round. Kixan even taking one of the dome will at least finish off Torshi, but with Monacy blocked out, Kixan removed, and a play in towards A. Mouz have stuck to the landing on this round.
잠깐만 이번 라운드 졌을 때 CT가 돈이 전반 마지막 라운드 총 없이 할 수도 있겠는데요.
want to take these guns away. So much value in removing Monacy's orb. This deep in the
진짜 4대8 가는커녕.
There's one more. And do they realize Monacy's still ramp?
모나시 답이라도 살려야 돼. 딱 들고 가야 돼요 다음 라운드.
But maybe you can piece it together just based on where he hasn't been in this round. And yeah,
테러 막 뛰어오죠. 와 양각에서 뛰어오고 있어요. 위치 들켰어요. 와 2,000원 1,900원 비상. 경기를 분명히 터트리고 붙일 수 있었는데 8점에서 멈춰버렸어요. 다음 라운드 불리하고요.
disastrous. Of course, she's had one AWP in the T side and was on the
샷건
upper
치는 거
hit,
봐.
where it didn't even feel like the right gun for the job. And now a tech gets in the way of Mouz giving him a second chance.
오, 레츠고 마우스 스포츠.
Another brutal pause for Mouz.
테크 포즈 떠걸리네.
I mean, look, sometimes extra layers of adversity push you even harder to overcome. And hell, I mean, seems like it's working for Exertion, who is having a lot more impact on this T side. You know,
스팀 로그인 풀렸나요?
physically couldn't do this task without him. So at least him finding his footing a little bit more in the tail end of this first half.
마우즈가 전략적으로 이렇게 테크 포즈 거는 법을 이렇게 썼나? 이거 뭐 어쨌든 간에 이제 결과적으로 흐름이 딱 끊기면서 마우즈가 조금씩 테러 공격 성공시키고 뭐 그런 느낌이긴 한데.
Drop the AWP. And sure, even though Mouz don't pick it up, remember the money for Falcons is poor here.
In some ways, maybe it's a blessing in disguise. You know, they're going to be down to pistols and armor.
I like that you're coping.
I've seen Torshi work a rifle brilliantly.
That is true.
그러니까 저도 레츠고 마우스 스포츠랑 이제 팔콘스 막 자꾸 몽골즈로 들려. 레츠고 마우스. 뭐라는 거야? 샌데모? 알랄라.
This is what the map comes down to. Final round where Mouz need 4 on the T side.
And they've got every reason to get it, right? In all essence, they've done the hardest part, which was breaking through, you know, after that insane 7-round streak from the Falcons. You break through, and not only that, now you've broken their money in the final round of the half. It's suddenly looked to reinvigorate you just a little bit. You know, moments ago, this felt like a daunting, hopeless task, but now you have something to hold on to. That's a man who doesn't seem too upset about not having his AWP. Well, she always wanted to try and look on the bright side.
Yeah.
크로스켓 들어 누웠고요. 계속 공부하네. 오, 글자 보인다. 글자 보인다. 오. 야, 솔직히 한국도 이 정도는 채울 수 있잖아. 진짜 장난치고 한 100명밖에 안 되는 것 같아. 10 곱하기 10 정도 아닌가?
Semi-final versus Aurora. You said it earlier on, but whichever team goes on a
우리 방 시청자 다 데리고 오면 되겠는데.
The favorites back in Vitality Mongols. That's a match that's got
상금 10억 골 스폰서가
one that
없다.
can go either way.
아, 우리 집 앞에 기름만 났어도.
The grand final placing.
유럽도 사실 대회들 그 이제 배팅 사이트들이 주로 돈을 내죠. 아, 내가 토사장. 한국은 불법입니다. 불법이죠.
After the tech delay, we're right back in.
오케이, 주식 코인.
Recap where we're at. Falcons money broken. They've got
자, 전반의 12번째 마지막 라운드. 돈이 없었죠, 시티. 네. 모네시 엠포 하나. 굉장히 유리하게 시티 라운드 전반 굳힐 수 있었음에도 불구하고 마우즈가 4대8 만들 수 있습니다. 그러면 또 몰라요, 후반 가서.
You've beaten the rifles, you found a way in right at the tail end, right when it felt like all hope was lost. And in theory, this is your easiest round yet.
Yeah, it feels like you can't win the game if you lose this round with all the weight it carries. And so Falcons know they must make a gamble. They must run a risk. 3
도박수.
here in the halls. Now set up util for the top site.
이 로어에다가 수비 3명 배치.
So far.
Exertion's ready to main split. He's got the confidence again just to be left to his own devices out in the yard as well, which is nice.
근데 마우즈 A로 갈 것
Brolin there
같은데요.
backing him up.
His first two maps will be forgiven if he steps up here in the third and gets Mouz over the line.
네, 이거
Or
에이스
execute
더비죠.
two mollies, only Monacy.
팔콘스의 도박수는
Dixon's got no armor, as you say. Monacy needs a multi. Falcons have no kit for the retake.
Yeah, got to show us why he was entrusted
자,
with the
A팀이다.
hero gun. And Monacy placed by the util. Forced down
근데
very
와,
low.
디글 두개
Kicksan,
킥산
almost
그 와중에
eagle. Let's put some hope, some pep in the step of
희망
the
있나요?
Falcons.
희망?
And now Nico and the
오,
rest of the
희망이
gang
있어요.
running.
Oh,
Mouz, you can't let them in.
그러나
here.
메인
Torshi
뛰어들다가
tries to keep them at bay. Tessez on
또 마지막에 1대1이었어.
yeah.
bring in the pain.
폴지가
Mouz
4킬,
straight by with 4 on this team
테러
side.
4대8, 마우즈 희망 있습니다. 자, 마우즈가 이거를 전번에 복구를 좀 했습니다. 그래서 시티 왔어요. 피스톨. 오, 니코 오픈 킬.
Torshi, top performer for Mouz, fed to the Nico pistol to open this up.
Exertion on his recovery
와우.
arc.
자, 배트레드 아직 어드밴티지. 그리고 테스스가 몰래 사이트 제거.
Side opens up. Roland hears him running amok, but he can't do a thing to stop it. Shot in the back of the head, perhaps. Monacy given a second chance at life and kicks him with a
오,
cover.
이러면 혼자 남는데요, 진펫. 아, 마우즈 피스톨 이겼으면 진짜
Kickson's had a hell of a game here.
역전 노려볼 수 있었을 텐데.
Even in offering up guns to his teammates, he is still top fragging in the server after this pistol round. T-sides have been difficult all tournament. Only 2 maps turning T-sided.
와, 근데 팔콘스 뉴크 피스톨 연습 엄청 했나봐. 왜냐면은 그 HLTV 통계에 피스톨 라운드 10번 해가지고 한 번 이겼거든요. 그래서 승률이 10%였는데 오늘 둘 다 이겼네.
Falcons with a pistol. They have had trouble converting these across the series.
마우즈 포스 봐야 할까? 이 코스티를 노릴까?
Huge gaps there that Falcons are able to exploit once they get the
네, 스카우트 57 디글 파마스를 샀습니다. 오,
Hit that for 9.
맞추긴 했네요.
Falcons take it slow. Hear that scout fire off. If you look at the scoreline, you know that this is a force from the Mouz squad. So no one jumping the gun here.
Yosuke taking yard on
아,
his
이
own.
정도
Well,
가지고
no
뭔
take. Nico back in the lobby of the
축구장이나
pack.
그래. 그 카스대 보는 사람들이 시장 바닥이죠.
Every shot dodged, he makes it down. Jimmy, pixel gap, smoke. Oh, Falcons, yeah, don't want to call the bluff on that. It's stacked out to the 9s. Kiyasuke's pulling back from Secret, so this could end in an upper bust. Only the scout could stop him, but Torshi's dropped in now. They go back to Exec with Kickson on roof.
마우즈한테 진짜 중요한
They got the read.
라운드입니다.
It looks like it, but will numbers be enough?
Torshi behind the sight on this scout. Gonna carry the bulk of the pressure. There's the support from Jimmy.
브루는 5-7 무슨 일?
Double kill in the downtime, and Kicksan might be having a great
팔콘스
game. But
개같이
isn't happening.
이 코스틸 마우즈 진짜 중요한 포스파이 라운드 잘 이겼습니다.
Changes the plan for Falcons, and sure, they have a backup. They have a plan B to hit that top side with utility as well. But Brolin clears out Kiyasuke from Secret with the 5-7, and it's the FAMAS up in rafters from Jimpat. Multi-kill
브롤란이
to stop that hit
5센으로 야드 잡고 니코 헤드샷. 와,
read that
몸
round perfectly.
Yeah, at every stage, right? They had everyone in the right place.
And they just keep winning these force by rounds.
브롤란
Pistols, it
엄청난
doesn't matter.
빠세였네요.
Break on the yard smokes, but one man's made it down. That's Kicksan.
킥사는
They're not
내려갔고
panicking rotates right now.
스모크 치고 시크릿으로 내려갔습니다. 테러. 오.
We're all okay. But Jimpad takes it upon himself to rotate into the lower side. Oh, careful.
Still, Falcons are here on a very forward timing because of how quickly kicks out.
Wow, Nico
Jimmy just gets dealt with straight away, thinking he's got a bit more room to work with there. And this is already dire straits on the round. They have to hunt down Tesses. They need this kill. They want to attempt 4v4. Falcons have had time to get
설치가 됐습니다. 4대4 리테이크 M4를 준 니코.
This retake might have to be slow. That's allowed Falcons to get comfortable.
와, 태꾸.
Kiyosuke takes a swing with the Tech 9 out on a ramp. Just looking to thin the herd before this retake begins. It's Spinks's late play that Mouz is still waiting for here.
아, 모네시가 살아버렸고. 야, 이코 스틸에 이코 스틸인가요, 팔코? 오.
They put all their stock on this flank, and now they stand to lose everything up against the Falcons force fight.
Yeah, you called it. We didn't see how Nico got that kill on
태꾸
Jimpad, but that
들고
was the kill
시크릿
that opened
건너서
up the
삐로.
round. The early drop of lower
스틸 성공.
from Jimpad. But Falcons had so much space. He goes through the window.
야, 니코 역시 슈퍼스타 아니랄까봐 지글로 길을 열었죠.
They're not at the double doors, they're not jump spotting, there's no vent drop. That gives you so much safety on that run through lower, and it let them play with a real pace. There's Jimmy like trying to get set up and just play that headshot angle. You can jump there, play for info. Nico hits some blinders.
Yeah, he wins that round with 3 kills. So Falcons
임팩트 플레이 좋습니다, 니코.
as Mouz forced to force. All the odds in Falcons' favor at this point.
아까처럼 또 연막 피고 지하로 정말 잘 내려갔어요.
Of Mouz recovering very late in this game.
We've said it a couple of times with Kicksan, not the kind of guy to try and overcomplicate these rounds. He's just called for another B-walk here. They found a lot of success in that last round. So screw it, why not run it back? Up until now, he's tried to use a mixture of things against Mouz, but mainly it's the jitters, the nerves in this game, the fact that no one's feeling particularly sure of themselves. And you know, you've kind of seen that in the rotations. There's been over-rotates, there's been under-rotates. This one is an example of the latter. They don't respond to those yard smokes because they don't have the info.
와, 설치가
So it's
되는데요.
giving Falcons open runway to plant this bomb in at lower, and it might just be a full 5-man
다
save
그냥
for both teams.
풀 컨디션인데?
Round here.
시트 그냥 세이브? 와, 세상에.
Yeah, if you think about it, right? If Mouz lost everything here, they'd just be forcing till the game's over at that point. They would have to try and just win a round with less.
미친 제임 타임이네 이건.
Well, they've done it before. This one is not to be. Falcons just walk the walk silently down lower and win the round off position alone. Back-to-back call for Kickson is a knockout blow to Mouz, and sure, they get another chance with the same buy. But now there is no room for error.
11대5.
This game in regulation.
11대5.
8 rounds required.
오, 바이탈리티 대 팔콘스 결승 5과 6.
against Aurora.
자유가 갑자기
But a Nuke that has come through clutch.
1대4
posting his best game yet at this event. That CT side impact was remarkable. And we might not even get time to
팔콘스
see
여기서 확정 지어야 됩니다.
how his T side builds for him.
스카웃을 열심히 쏘는데 데미지가 들어간대요.
Why not?
I mean, at this point, why not leave it a chance? Bit of smoke spam.
잘 긁었어요. 너무 잘 긁어요. 톨지 스카웃 그리고 스핑스가 파마스 들고 계단에서 기다리는데 킥산 나가고.
freebie on Kicksan crossing, who tries to run back this secret
모네시
cross
죽고.
for the 3rd time in a row, and this time Mouz.
밤드랍이네요. 절션이 에이밍에서 피킹해가지고 시크릿 꼬리를 잘랐네요.
If Nico falls, no one's going to be able to retrieve it. So he has to be a little tapered in this aggression.
야, 진짜
Surely he's still just
스코어랑
following through on the B
그
aggro.
이코 총기인 것까지 완벽한데?
Someone's got to go back and get this bomb. Kiyosuke could try.
어디서 많이 본 그림
He's
아닌가?
going to go out into the middle of the yard.
막 자유가 MP9으로 벤트 잡고 AK로 바꾼 다음에 내려가가지고 1대2 클러치요.
So it's just repositioned as well.
스카웃으로 잡고 MP9을 잡고.
Says with the mistiming allows The rifle to the back of the bomb site. Bomb does get retrieved, but where are you really going with this?
That exertion makes it out there doesn't feel inconsequential. He was getting split on from main and the door. Brolin
하나씩 사라집니다.
this lurker back in the lobby, and now it's just Nico. One
Nico
versus
혼자
five,
남고요.
15 seconds, and a combat save as Mouz close in.
Coming for this one, they want the gun. They know if they're going
wait till after time.
니코의 AK가
They
너무
know exactly
탐나죠.
where he is. Nico, I think, is aware of this, and so going to try and play ahead of the timer. Forces the kill out of Mouz.
And hey, Torshi, one kill, but how many scout shots did he hit? He tagged Nico.
야, 톨 지는 거에서 진짜 잘한다, 마우즈. 그죠?
May even be more I'm missing.
이 스카웃으로 몸샷 다 때려놔가지고.
Off of the sniper. This has to be, as I said, near flawless game here from Mouz against the odds.
6대 11.
Monacy's orb immediately.
11점의 팔콘스. 3꽉 6. 자, 니코 이거 극복해야 됩니다. 진짜 PTSD 와요. 극복해야 돼. 아니, 쿄스케가 잘하고 있어. 킥상도 17킬. 오, 대박인데요?
One down lower. Another walkout in the yard here for Falcons. Late smokes, they play ahead of it, looking for fights.
스모크 펼치기 전에 네, 켰지 그래도 트레이드.
He closes straight in on exertion. Lines a 4-on-4, keeps pressure on, continues trying to work his face out in the yard. Torshi, step up and stop him in his tracks. Returning the advantage to Mouz, and I'm liking this mid-round move. Two players getting aggressive. 킥산 with a big catch, but the fights are going to be forced here for the
secret control,
and Space will deliver. They're going to keep going. Monacy here with his orb. It's the AWP in his hand, but a missed shot. There's Kiksan to bail him out.
킥산이 커버해줬죠.
Wild shot for Kiksan, and the round's still going.
네, 돌지가 플랭킹 와서
she can stop it in its tracks. Playing discipline just for a moment, wasting as much time as
25초밖에 없는데.
Yeah, you don't risk letting the crowd give that away. You just take the shot as soon as you hear a jeer. Monacy resetting as well, but 20 seconds, got to make up his mind. Throws the AWP out, AK up. 15 seconds, are you really going to try drop Heaven at this point?
소리 듣고 있어요, 소리 듣고 있어요. 헤븐의 몰리.
Molly in your face, Monacy.
오, 몰리를 뚫고 모네시 5초 남기고 플랜트 되는 거. 1대1 클러치를 해낼 수 있을지.
Jimmy giving it away, running amok. Monacy picks a dangerous position. The kill will take it, and Monacy finds the round.
모네시, the baby goat.
But that's what they pay this guy for. Monacy, everything about that is pixel perfect. There was no other way to play that. He had to run through the volley, through the fire and flames. And that is a gut-wrenching round to give away. Torshi didn't even have to fight. That's the horrible part. That's the knockout blow.
Torshi dropping the molly. I mean, it just feels like a huge mistake.
That's going to be the back-breaking round for Mouz. There's been many points in this series.
몰리를 까지 않고 총을 들고 있었으면 어땠을까 하는.
That is the game.
이걸 뚫고 왔죠. 빠른 판단 모네시.
Winning this clutch and losing it to time. He had to play it exactly how he did. Monacy, and yeah, that is the straw that breaks the camel's back here for Mouz. Frustration sets in. Torshi knows that is a grave error, and it might have just cost them everything.
자, 팔콘스 초크 위기였는데 모네시의 클러치로 매치 포인트. 6대 12. 오, 잠깐 6대 12?
Just have to bite back.
아직도 방심하면 안 돼요. 6대 12 어디서 많이 먹은 스코어인데.
With the feeling in the back of your head.
올해 팔콘스는 진짜 그냥 뉴크에서 그냥 절대 방심하면 안 돼.
Falcons are right there, and one mistake, one big play ends this series.
총이 있어요. 그래도 총이 있단 말이죠.
Yasuke creeping around outside again. Nico to give up some of his famed positions shows the value he expects
로비의 테러.
And in this game, he's
A
delivered.
공격인가요?
Ready to bust into this other
야,
side.
근데 뭐 밖에서 헛 지붕에 몰리 까는 것도 아니고 그냥 로비에 5명이서 그냥
Checking out yard.
그냥 죽고 폭탄 떨어고.
on his own, hold strong for one.
As he backs up, he will have support. Torshi moving
이게
in from
무슨
Evans Spinks
공격이지?
here as well. Now he's digging deep.
tor지 분노의 AWP 트리플 K 수비.
Big 3K with the all makes up for it.
그러니까 뭐 A 익스큐션도 아니고 뭐 유틸 까는 것도 아니고 이제 드라이하게 그냥 이제 다 죽었어요.
It cost them in Melbourne. Yeah, very different stakes, very different
셋업을 안 하고 이제 그냥 들어갔어요. 근데 이제 마우즈가 잘
But
수비해냈고.
Mouz are a team who don't go down lightly. Broken
이거
by
봐,
for
팔콘스
Falcons.
진짜
But a buy
얘네는
nonetheless.
뉴크에서 방심을 절대 하면 안 되는데.
And then goes to the past hit quite as hard as the trauma of the present. Now as it's very fresh, you've got to dig deep here. Torshi,
He's putting that anger.
I mean, look, dude, if you've got a point to prove, if you can let the rage fuel you here. Torshi, a man known for the emotions, not afraid to let them creep into the game.
와, 씨 USP로 20킬.
Level up right at the 11th hour. Maybe there's hope yet.
아까 모네 씨한테 클러치 당해가지고 아드레날린 빡 올라왔나 봐.
And all this to claw the game back. One misstep, one big round from Falcons, and it's all over. But for now, Mouz keep themselves in this. The money broken for the Falcons T side.
Yeah, it's not as dire as you think. I think the kicker is that Mouz gave up a match point, right? Could have won this in regulation. Now they're fighting for overtime. No
와, 이
guarantee at any
머리를
point.
어떻게 프릭샷을 이렇게 가져가냐.
But the money is a problem. The round count stacks up. 2 in a row for Mouz. Full eco for Falcons. Quicker than you realize, this game's into double digits for Mouz.
아까 포스바이 했어가지고 프리코어를 해야 되는 팔콘스
Never
글로비고요.
celebrate too soon in CS2.
근데 템포 빠르게 하네요. 보통은 좀 민기적거리다가
gives
가는데
and it takes.
제 생각엔 그냥 심호흡 좀 하고 가지. 스톤에서
Spinks on top.
그냥 뛰어.
Ready for this rush.
글로으로 뛰어.
Through the fire go the Falcons and set ablaze by Spinks up top of the half.
이코 하나.
Looking for a clean finish here,
9대12.
only losing Brolin to the eco.
Easy.
And so a quick repel of that top site hit. Mouz, how much longevity does this have?
What do we go back to for Falcons? Is it just crossing behind the smokes? Is how they got into this game early on the T side, creeping down, unsuspecting Jimpat rotating in.
금방입니다, 팔콘.
Is it just keeping it simple?
끝낼 수 있을 때 끝내야죠. AK 3개 갈릴 2개.
Showcase their individual prowess. Smokes go outside, but it's all a bit of a
Outside
ruse
smoke.
here for Falcons, faking out. Kicks and lines up. I presume flashes for that top side.
연막샷! 스퀴키 스모크 스테이 라인업에 가버리는 모네씨.
This is Kicksan looking for the molly that knocks out the hut roof and the rafters.
팔콘스 진짜.
So speaking of the fact that they might look to end
PTSD가.
topside, but you wonder if that one kill honestly changes
머리가 너무
things.
I mean,
아파.
it tells Mouz that they weren't full stacking secret behind the
뉴크에서
smokes.
진짜
Mouz are gambling on
경기를
up,
못
but they have no
끝내가지고
interest in that B side.
좋네요,
Oh my God,
테세스.
that was just body claimed in lower,
4대4로
falls down the
돌아왔어요.
vent.
It's a hell of a pickup.
But you've only seen the lobby lurker in Tesses. That doesn't tell you much. As far as Mouz are concerned, there could be more players down B. Silence is deafening. Mouz rotating, uncertain. Even Brolin off that top side goes back up the ladder. No better time than the present. 45.
40초.
What a moment here
벤트로
to
내려갈까?
creep in and take control over this round.
오, 벤트로 쏙 내려가.
Try and get
가다가
tricky
한
with
명은
it.
죽었어요. 크로스캐는 폭탄 메고 내려왔는데
Rest of Falcons are away. Kiyasuke
진펫이 보고
gonna try and get
보고
out into
있죠.
low. Grenades in hand, but they don't deal with him the first time. Try to close in.
밤드랍.
Will cover. 20 seconds left for the Falcons, and even though Nico's here, the bomb is lost. The site is
15초.
fallen.
세이브도 안 돼요.
Time to rectify this.
야, 이거 이상하다.
It's another swing and a miss for the Falcons on their full buy. They're running out of them.
이거 이상해.
And not even a bomb on. to maybe give you a chance. If Kyosuke's gone out there, I think he snapped shots up to Jimmy.
니코 팔콘스의 뉴크에는 감동이 있다.
Work. Instead, you have a half buy for Falcons, and then one more chance to
무한
close it down with
지식
regulation.
초크.
Very quick, that 12-6 comes back to bite you.
방금 니코 죽은 다음에 의자 뒤로 넘어가면서 퍽 이랬어요.
You hear that hype from Toshi. This was
탄식을
the guy
했어요,
slamming his
탄식을.
desk when he gave away the 2v1 to Monacy that saw Falcons get on to match point.
코치 조닉.
Well, that anger, that
Okay,
frustration
timeout.
has changed to determination. Mouz know they're right
연패
here.
보너스가 왜 3,400원인지.
One full rifle round away from overtime.
Yeah, but don't
6대 12였다고요. 6대 12.
overlook the Tech 9. Jimmy's had a quieter map here in the third. Ramp just feels tempting for a half buy.
하프바이 다음 라운드
They don't know what they're
풀바이에요.
up against. They see that scoreboard. Maybe they exploit it.
태꾸러시 먹이면
Smokes go
되지.
outside, a prerequisite to almost anything.
기적의 딕을 태꾸. 니코
Nico's Deagle
막 딕을
controls
원탭
yard,
빵빵
the rest in the
내고.
lobby. Kicks in again.
플래시
Same
제대로
detail,
먹이면
maybe
돼요.
trying to run it back. They cancelled last time because of the door smoke. You got nothing to lose in trying on a half buy. A-Side's weakened by
Hey.
Sphinx's rotation. In come Falcons.
Yeah, just an all in here.
에이
Tess says teed up with flashes. First kill for Jimmy as he holds strong. There's the trade back.
Oh,
Kyosuke's
Nico!
line, and Nico's Deagle start to deliver.
3대3.
It's ended up even 3 on
총 줄 수
3.
있나요?
You said
엠포
you
먹었어요.
couldn't discount this type of round from the Falcons. They're showing us why. Play
앨분의
with the
설치
terrifying pace out
박았습니다.
and away, they catch
리테이크.
Mouz. And now it all hinges on this retake.
Nico's in the game-winning position right now. He's got the gun for the job.
Nico in a game-winning position on Nuke. A 3-man grouping for Mouz. All going to try and explode in through the top. Nico playing
Nico!
early. They go early. But there's a transfer for Nico. It's down to this.
스페이스 킥스
1v1.
시간이
It's
근데
the comeback all for
시간이
North. The
너무
Falcons
없어요.
take it here and now at a low buy. Bombs being held. Big Saint faking this and kicks out.
니코의 악몽은 여기서 끊겼습니다. 마지막 맵 뉴크를 이기는데 성공하는 팔콘.
Crumble versus that fast top site hit.
Margins come close here for Mouz, but Falcons squeeze it out at the final hour.
아 마우즈 OT 갈 뻔했는데 아쉽네요.
A map where Kyosuke started red hot,
마우즈
pulled
잘했네.
off, but Nico double at the back.
야
of the
그래도
bomb
마지막
site,
라운드
three of
니코가
them
끊어내긴 했네요.
finish the
그죠?
job.
딕을 뭐 엔트리킬에
Avoided
M4
devastation
먹고
of
마지막
Mouz in
리테이크 방어도 하고.
semi-finals. Entered
킥산이 1대1에서 상대 키 대체 시간 계산 완벽하게 해서 딱 피킹.
Dragging on. It felt like anything could happen, but the pressure eases off. In the
벌써 날이 밝았네. 6시네. 좋은 토요일 아침입니다, 여러분들. 무직. 오늘 밤 토요일 11시 반에는 4강전이 있습니다. 바이탈리티 대 몽골즈 그리고 2경기 팔콘스 대 오로라 준비되어 있으니까 오늘 토요일 잘 보내시다가 밤에 보도록 합시다. 고맙습니다. GG.
Where was it at, in your opinion, as a leader?
밤에 봐요.
I think it was good, of course. I
바이바이.
mean,